Accra, Ghana. John Kwaba Ponsima Dunsiami Mamina Hama Mwakwaba. Cap from Fuada Roma, Evie, so your Santana CBM, your Baba dear Hong Kong entertainment moon. Your friend Kwasi, Aboagye, and DJ Media, Chami, and TV Sabri, a copy bed on night. Nia Menegangalia. It's your bay aboard. Ayaba. Okay, so my mama kwa baby memory jumedie so ni fast ra kese fama cap fam so the audio man now dia sem mobile phones just you no umpe mobile phones a hold up papa T2S Samsung phones no dia na quality ones e born da for ma obenya ewo cap fam eno echi home appliances sabre no atwam na de bia me kwakọ hebo wo me nyonko demo o TV no nya adwuma o kwakọ ji aswota obi fridge mu ni ne kaka ka ho no Cafe Madaro Masisi de fridge ebo no bibia kama da fom boko enti bomodi anafo ani kire honum sei na kwajo de na ewie mpenifo so atenase na oda sama bedu hanum sei secret safo so atenase na ye be hye nkomo na se na no state of the nation address o mampanyin ni Ghana kasa ye o mine tebie bebia kwakodu bebia ye gina biate no de tu yenim asemba kwa fire creative art the tourism hon ejina ye suku bi aban de ne nisi so em sa fie twemu na aban ekate sword was our school yi na yentie ni omampanyi di tu dwane en hwese bi ebetumi akwa kumase ni akohwese bi asa senior high school creative art senior high school no hon sem te saying yentie omampanyi bra no okasa state of the nation address.
The new minister for the sector, the industrialist Ibrahim Awal Mohammed, has also indicated his determination to strengthen the creative arts industry in Ghana. Already, the first ever creative arts senior high school, located in Kwadaso in Kumasi in the Ashanti region, is nearing completion. The governing board of the National Film Authority is in place, and even greater attention will be paid to this sector by government.
Okay, so Omampini creative arts senior high school buying or say senosika na chesa kakakra no mewie anesa na senatie enyama akoso ya dia contractors was site mu see omasi akwakodu hifa sen na tie bem se bronya bosome no ne de to so ye mienu kra na mse Omampini ede so ede bob form na yeni abema Dave Hammer one also a host to a entertainment review o Kumasi your sister station Hello FM o Kumasi na oko kwada so bia wo musi sadan Dave mo akwa baba entertainment review so wie
that was Jimmy Juzu.
Okay, all right, so now no any ayabo Mampani state of the nation address the to creative senior high schooler aban MC bronya bosumi no mo hyase se wo musi was se chesenche bia na chese wo mawie school yi na una wo Kumasi senatie me sure say odi weni akwa hwe ho no mo saying edwuma no etesen eyadia omo ye edwuma no ana wudu no bie ni honom sein dia na ekoso wo honom sein.
Okay, I was there very chia with you for nani abijafo e wo studio edwuma ne dia ba ko yakwa kwahye. Once again, so meta ma happy belated birthday. And I'm so do our da. I'm chinkwa. Yami unshao. Na omani oyina issue. I was in me bomodia ko creative art school e wo kwada so. Ho na ye school yi e wo. Na me drew ono. One thing is now may find it difficult to at least even take pictures because obviously they are not allowed to let anybody come there say about pictures and I say about pictures. So but see a chef in Jumana AC Kokeke and then the bonnet so into the name find Kasai and a woman pine and my mission sending almost yen but sending MSC Kono. Near you say administration block and then only a bosso kama Yibuso air plaster and another building to so and one them to say bosso air plaster. Other works so I was here under construction. Human debris go a share muna ho and administration block and then why not ya bosso to say ya plaster what to say and check it say obedient up them. Ba nia akawo asie hona other classrooms no ebi o afi ni ye flow so a ye to ne so ebi o kra afi na ye flow ne so no ansana ya baba ito so no me share adwuma fo e wo so na omo so gu so a omo ye adwuma na oti o ma pani ni so na asama o kan say nearly akaka ni ewi na no na say na ya ha adwin kaka because adwuma ni adwuma e so pa adwuma no so na o sha yam fa kwa be 6 months to 1 year di internet say nyanwie ni sa se ne o ma benefika no adwuma o adwuma na ne kese pa o na kakra bi na yet me we go na be 5 6 na fe na yet me wie mu mienu a mu mienu ko afi ni abo administration ne so and one building I'm hoping say be classroom and so afi ni abo so e de aka nyina no afi mpo ni efulu wo mini abonsan ana omo AC di aka nyina na afi ni efulu na se ama be to soro no di na say adwuma e wo njo because o ka say my percentage of how adwuma na sia kwa make maka say at least 40% of the job did with maka say o ma tinga now 50 there, me sure so much me drew 50% of the job.
Okay,
that is what I saw.
Now, sir, kakra minim fasa bem say sa creative senior high school bem say bronya beso me ne that also say mienu eno man panyi a carte sword no. Enti bosumi mfanse be hwebe a 9 na tese omde si senior would describe and na tese o ma bom hu modern me boa.
Oh, modern body o ma bo. But me can in terms of say our penny some of kind nearly completion. No na I say me said that hu ni sa me dey hu ni sa because me call no adwuma wo pa bra kwesi adwuma ye ha ni kan re ma ka say bit matiki be 8 months to 1 year kwansan ye bi adwuma.
Okay, so chichemu adkonti awo kansa chichemu ye biom because e bia twamfoni ni ye adkonti awo de ni awe hunu.
Kwasi I don't pay and me send you videos mpo. Yeah, send you pictures.
Yeah, me who pictures ni bia me who pictures ni bia dia aba but so we san chichemu kan about wo share bia be dan be ye nsia na enum bi na ho won say na emu be mienu na ho say bia woma bosso ana woma plaster
ni bosso ana bra Kwasi on say adwuma fo no so wo ho na betimi ama adwuma na contem no so no na hu dodo sa wo and also here one fact because adwuma dey say was say a contem na bia within 3 to 4 5 months 6 months na adwuma na bia na say nsano dosho so minimum much more about construction there but funny me no hu kakra die adwuma for the notion and adwuma no so no more na ye flow akase ye beto no so no It also I have finished no. This one is no. The Kwasi ni maybe one to aso me and sounds to aso na I know the meaning. Ha. But the amount ni the mienu ha 1-story building. Sa mienu na me say yabobo so no the wi ansa. But there can a major classrooms no. Menya sure say be a 1-story building. You sure say be a classroom you and answer. And so that was do say adwuma ketwa. Ha since standard those they are actually 6 months there. You bet na ka say you bet me wi amani papa start the mama school na start akoso. But near me who need the any adwuma for a word there. I was see it must say there a bit kiombe 8 years and what maybe.
Okay, so can by adwuma for time ben I could do when him say enra fie na call him say working day. Is this say be a won hu say wo mo ye adwuma o mo ho no so mo ye adwuma kra no mo no so ntina ka na sa no.
I was see no can nyame anyam na me do na issue ni to. Intimate room ne as at 11 a.m. na me wo.
Okay.
You saw more year juma.
Okay.
More year juma, more chain and not here call more fail. They were working, but because my phone now or my cafe 20 to 25 no I go yeah.
Okay.
And the project was a project here. A project here and wasn't my phone door so nanta we be actually within 3-4 months now. Kone nimpa nanka de awie no kura no yebitima starting po ha nanka omona starting but near me hu yi de do Kwasi within
okay we say adwuma for no ne di kan kra na omo mpese obewuram ni ne ka ho ba otimi twitwa pictures ndi does that mean say bia we nya obi ane nankasa enmusa no so okay adwuma mo ye time na mo as maybe mo ye ho adwuma no time na mo susu say be we wentimi ne omo mu bi ani nkomo.
That was they were not ready to release any information because almost the answer now someone is almost superior answer.
Okay.
And the acquires answer I want to mean quite a force into my any panel more information. The ana wa okay force into no ma me
Dave, you better ask you at least send your human cost. That's the most important thing. You better ask me. I will try and get some update again for your team for near Koso. Dave, I'm sure.
But answer you about no way the other room. And say you may start to say Koso we no bo Mark Abaso Mark Okukumanti. And so baby obebia ordinary you may.
Obakumasia.
The last time Kumanti give me say chairman. The last time I near here, Nana to 4 years, Kumasi Cultural Center. You see one or say no. Yes, I said, call her Jumana or more year or Quadasono. And I'm so many time I saw make or end you there, Obitiako. Now, because he occur and so you see, Biana will be a observable. My name, I mean, who says, say no more, do say no more, do say no more. I was here about because. The only say any word you man any word you man
I see.
Any echo. Yes. Indeed. The man thumbs up.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's it. Dave Hammer, Nuya or Juma Hello FM Kumasi, host to a entertainment review video Kumasi Hello FM. We in near Dean Common near Koso the creative arts senior high school. On Penny can was State of the Nation address now. Studio man saying Penny Fatna say another some do so create Safo and Kwasi Ernest Atna say and okay, all right, so great.
Yeah, Kwasi.
We the young change so interestingly creative arts senior high school.
Yeah.
Brahim say omokate sword na wo hobby. Ohwemfoni a ebeto abonten ye kate ye waji ufugu. Na uni omampeni din enchia ne ne ka ho.
Yeah.
Omampeni say nearly complete.
Yeah.
Na akaka no mawie senior council state of the nation address yakwa akohwe. I'm sure say we humfoni ni bi. Minim the last time ebia wan kasa otimi di weni ku hu ye. But infonia ye nua ye twa ache awie.
Okay.
Eni nyoma panyi kan ye wo to ho a say na tema.
Kwasi me say in Dave or credible nti ni awaka no mini ni echi bia but at least ɔkɔɛ no sɛ ɔkɔhu sɛ enipa egusu a ɔmoyɛ adwuma ɛnɛ Saturday a ɛnyɛ official working day enipa kakra bi ɛwɔ hɔ a ɔmoyɛ adwuma no no kyerɛ sɛ adwuma no yɛn abandon yɛ no ne yɛn mpaebɔ but yɛde ɔse ayɔyɔ nti me deɛ mɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ emritia mu no yɛbɛtumi awie adwuma wei kwesi meka ne saa na minim bebree ɛfa adwuma wei ho because meka committee na hwɛ sɛ yɛyɛ sɛ adwuma wei the curriculum committee yɛn yɛhyehyɛ curriculum a yɛbɛkyerɛ adeɛ ne nneɛma wɔ hɔ no meka committee ne ho nti ne nhyehyɛ mu ne nneɛma no nyinaa no yɛne di akyire da bia yɛma yɛ updates ne nneɛma nti
okay and boy kakra wɔ hanom say so Omampeni and yes specific as to I mean just is a nearly completion. And in your Dave and so can so okay we share be up and then one can be say be a bay num a mube me no dear when who saw my boss so and I'm sure you've seen some of the pictures media platform so I don't know if you've taken a look at it who say me no dear a boss on my plaster a be you know modin the analysis or move flow in your account me nim say be a important in terms of maybe a timelines a brepotia mudi esi mani so bra mo ye curriculum ne ekeka ho da mo fi se bia mo bewie
kwesi me ni permission say me de ensem be beto out but kakra betimi aka ne say me say by next year de ye betimi aye first intake but officially me ni that you know but me say by first year ye betimi aye intake and na ISS school no we can do the first intake while the construction is still going on. And no, me wa reshempa say it will be work in progress. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Me that say anon. I mean kakra Dave the report no fi Kumasi dia brain. Mfonini bi I'm sure say we hu ni omanpanyi kan ye odini na bomu a dia na beka.
Okay, so me dini nyina bomu dia na me no I feel say generally no the commentary, on creative industry, with regard to Sona, I felt it was a little bit lousy. It was flippant because now I expected say, change the state of the creative industry as of time I know my statement, dear a buy no aye, any deal obey in the coming year, that's what we expected. But I felt say, advice is no more advice based on creative industry the akoso.
Okay, remember your baby in the second part of it,
okay,
but
good.
Now me see Gina creative senior high school yeah.
I believe say when it comes to brofo any interpretation any ucheche mono sometimes omo more buying mono omo smart. I mean me more benefit of the doubt because obekaya the first year tama omuka say ombe see large sitting theaters most observers and as followers area feel exactly how the construction of the English was. It's not be now feel say almost say omube see large sitting theaters within that first term but you see when you actually go into the construction of Brofona they tell you say we will start the process conversation now a be instigate say ABC for large sitting theaters that's the construction and sometimes so one you careful omo the brofono any interpretation no burial. So for example asema ye can see about school the president is say near completion one kasa is being completed and even the description of near completion one mark timelines. One can say near completion, hoping say by next year, so it will be done. Description you see, and that's why I said, omo draft omo play smart with the English. Near completion, the boss. It means that within the shortest possible time, and that's a short distance, short term. That's how short, it's open for anybody to decipher. Maybe on only short, a year, because. Maybe the whole project, a 4 year to finish, or a 3 year project, or a 5 year project. It is a kind of near completion now. Maybe only in his estimation, or say be in a year. Also, be or say be 1 year. Dave also can also will be doing the just the next 8 or 6 months. So the smartness lie in the description of the near completion, and they were smart in not giving you the timeline. So our timeline there, then you could actually over combine the air costs see any timeline or the amount. And anybody who are going into construction, and we see that penny would know say would be easily calculate say, oh, timeline idea man we need the cost of field home kwan there a be possible and that's saying possible. But once presidents know in this wisdom no e be mu ka say near completion there, big man we train the same crying year because near completion no he is opening it up. It could be a year, it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months. That's one I feel say they were smart about it.
Okay, all right, and me my question is so abim and my fan to just say Sadiq Abdullah Abu or CEO MD 3 Media network ono so hanum say ye be gina adwen check akra ye ne ba be dia 3 music on come about Sadiq so be che na adwen wo ye enkomo ahodo e koso Kwasi ma mitio
yeah Kwasi I think say wasan we dey tiawa ye na things ye construction ye bi wo ye bi mesu ye bi ye na say nye major ye kra na wa wo fi a wo si de you wunim na ukọ sites na wo hwe adwuma ekoso a from pictures yensa kaye any there some Dave kaye no I believe say me the me fan say say to me bob president Abaso say at least what me ade osi ayo on this particular project because ye hunu project bebre ya ye wo krom hanma ya abandon na ho sensem because looking at the project that is there's nothing wrong say President Becker said the project is nearing completion. Edanya ya bo plastering. Edanya ya roofu aka emol the aka possibly a more lighting you be fix it electrical you be electricals na ya to tiles. The president has every right to say is nearing completion because say idea affair in the year 2014 and ya different this was about from ena ye bi afeni ye to 40 ya be fele ansa ne ye flow aka dia that will be break and there but my project say and there we chire but the dan ya ye ni tue say sebi ya boy e bi kra ya rufu e bi kra no sebi ya bo ho plastering or no anka say no masem o kan say ya bo ho plastering no
na plastering no so na otu sebi bebre
o Kwasi say ya kan kasa but dan ya bo ho plastering there it's evident say adwuma no ekoso and Kwasi say we check a year yenya sidan wie ye first one ye second ye bo flow ni aka ni na no say materials e wo ho sika wo ho a contractor de be adwuma ene ma aka ni bebre ni na no it's just installations o fix it ceiling pop a be ye ceiling fire de be bom e bi wo kwa na say sika wo ho pa de adwuma it will not take contractor 3 months to even fix ceiling and air condition in a classroom. And of course, you know how we construction. The difficulty is how to lift the building from the ground. When you see the new year, a boss we are, they can in and people can even do President Krabu for you to call day and night. You can even do day and night. Emma, then you are complete. And to me, mom dear, say instead say yebe so na brofo no the car say near completion and now we know because I say ye October or say ye December. The moon adhere that pono so I may manage kesen say for the first time we are going to have the first creative art school and also get me boy and say be we this year say be we next year. The emphasis is on the building, is on the facility eba be some dachi in Chirima for good. And a project to the Kwasi, your first phase, your second phase. Sukuna is a miniature say Kakano Mercy will be enough to even accommodate. Second phase betwaso, boarding house beba, teachers bungalows beba. There are so many other nomanoma bibria, ebe koso ewoho. So basically, let's give the president the benefit of the doubt on this one. Say why Juma. Na baby we be do bia no yemfa hoden kese nta na chi ma wonwie ne preku no for say enyo yo me for me that's what I think say
okay. All right, me that's my Sadiq Kinsumbrem na menji kakra mfini ho saying creative art senior high school mampanyi so na okan wasem so yenjina just the creative art report na by mampanyi asem okan so far it was say
for me I mean Okakori DFS I didn't expect anything. I think that somebody working in the industry say, I've come to that conclusion, say, Aboagye, has never been committed to really enabling the industry. They've never, and that's why I agree with Arnold, say, what he just had to do was just flippant, there were specific promises, be our year, over to me in the soul. And you see, I've always made this point to Amman for say, even the idea of the creative arts school you crowd, truth be told, it's needless. And this is why I say it's needless, also because Asia industry, there are more important things that the industry needs that are low-hanging fruit that they are not even focused on that. Now, creative arts school, I could see, a second cycle institution, right? Almost all the things that they will teach there are already being taught about in a lot of the second cycle institutions in the country already. And to hear creative industry and cut across, they will do something relative to general knowledge in arts. It's been taught in secondary schools already. English literature is being taught in secondary schools already. Textiles and all of those things are being taught in secondary schools already. In fact, when you go to a lot of these secondary schools, their main extracurricular activities revolves in and around creative industry, drama, and all of those things. And so if secondary schools are already doing these things, just merely branding another one and putting it on the side, because other than that, unless you are going to take it away from being a second cycle institution, for which reason they cannot koto to. So a specialized school in Fasoni because I'm sure this is more like a specialized school. Yes, but almost if you share, there's a reason why. There used to be a school called Nkrofo Agric Secondary School. It was a specialized school before. Then we have the new job in commercial New Jakoko. Was also a specialized school. But we've realized that with time, all of them have picked up the generalized courses. Because at the second level, cycle institution, there's a certain understanding that you need a certain general understanding of certain subjects to be able to thrive going forward. Okay, so just to add to Niao Kane, yes, and the report that was captured by, Graphic Online, at that time, that was on the 3rd of December, I'm reading just portions of it. I'll see the school will promote Ghanaian literature, music, dance, and drama. Exactly. The president cut a sword as part of his one day, but I wanted a portion that talks about what the project will teach. But as we get along, but these are things that you are saying that are being taught in secondary schools today. Okay. Music. Okay? When I was in that school in Ghana National College, anybody that has studied as Abeku Santana, A1 phone, they do music. There are people that studied music in Winneba Secondary School, in Agri Memorial, a lot of secondary schools, general knowledge in art, you GK, you learn it too, and then come with graphics design. And the secondary schools are teaching them already. So for me, I could see, there are more structural problems in industry that needs attention now. If you're really committed at driving a friends in the industry, you just won't go and establish another second cycle institution, brand it, and say that is the only achievement you've done for industry in 4 to 5 years. This is not something to be proud about. And the whole state of nation. The industry, that specialized training. There's already that system that gives them specialized training in that already. And I'm if you like, make a call now to a few of the headmasters of second cycle institutions that you know and ask them, say, in their school, don't they teach music, literature? Don't they do GKA? Don't they do testers? It is happening even on a specialized level because when I was in general art, for instance, in general art, you specialize in certain courses. So almost specialized. Those who wanted to do music will specialize. Sometimes they do music, French, literature. Those who are in the home economics places will do at the palm, textiles, all of those things. Okay. Those who are in the visual art will do sculpture, will do editing, will do general knowledge in art. A number of secondary schools in this country are doing that already. Okay.
Sometimes Sadiq Kasa, me person me finding baby crew or Timana say Drew Tambia or Tukwain a woman waba. Because in 70 people I don't know where baby Utmian and Yana Sofiba. Kwasi Aboagye, I don't know school, you was in school, biology na here, no come through how my doctor. Ne I don't know about medical school. And then Sanko Bia, Kwasi, David, make us some trouble. I can brag.
Then this is not a second institution.
Kwasi, some person which is a specialized institutions here, and the polytechnic. Kona close to polytechnics. Okay, let
me explain. He doesn't get it.
No, I get it. No, don't tell me I don't get it. I get it from where you are.
You see, because part of the problem why this government have taken us for granted and
it will not work.
It is because of these things. That's what I mean. And then somebody was complaining, making a lot of noise about MBSS. I said, look, my guy, I will not complain. This government will not listen. Their people will look. They will send the likes of Kwasi, for instance, and they will never have to tell them the truth. Unless it is not a second cycle institution. But you see, there are a lot of specialized secondary schools and a lot of specialized institutions. Some of them are MVTIs. Maybe he doesn't know the educational landscape very well. Somebody needs to teach him that. You don't understand it.
Teach me.
Look, there are second cycle institutions. What you are building now is a second cycle institution. Yes or no?
And what is wrong with President building a second cycle institution?
And I'm saying that it is already existing.
What does it exist?
They are far more important.
What does it exist? I want to say, listen.
In every industry,
I went to certain school.
Do you know what your industry needs?
I did arts.
Do you know what your industry needs?
This literature you are
Do you know
talking
what your
about,
industry needs?
I did the music you are talking about. My music teacher was Mr. Go.
So what is different from this?
But let me tell you, that music course that I did, it is a bit far different from going to have an intensive classroom teaching people. We have even football. You will school like you train football from class 1 to
then it won't be a
we have a school that even have
in the country
from
in the country. Listen.
And I'm saying that
this theatrics is not important. This theatrics doesn't work. This is theatrics.
Sadiq, make a point.
That's what I'm saying, sir. Theatrics, unless you don't know the educational system, they be about theatrics. But every time you won't say anything. Second cycle institutions have a curriculum approved by GES. They are supposed to follow it through. That is why, for instance, when you go to some of these secondaries, unless of course you want to do a specialized creative arts, which will not be consistent with the GES one, and it will be new. Ask anybody that knows it. It will be new, unless of course you want to also elevate it from a second cycle institution to maybe an MVTI, where they do part 1, part 2, part 3. Where on part 1, part 2, part 3. Answer. You know there are some secondary schools that like technical schools. They say St. Paul's Technical, Room Sectech. Some of them will do what they call the part 1, part 2, part 3, which is not consistent with exactly what goes on in say all the normalized second cycle institutions. Before they go now, maybe Paulina, they pick it up from the parts. And not just as essentially as everybody is. So that's what I'm saying to you, that when you look at a very vast industry that employs nearly 1 million people, that has the potential to employ a lot more people. And there has few structural problems there, so fix it. Laws and some things, which you are making promises to. It is not the second. If you want to, they will say, oh, my sister is a secondary school, which is all well and good. And only is good. It is a good thing. But I'm saying that you will not, after 4 years, going into 5 years, come back and tell me, say, one of your achievements worth talking about is creating a second cycle institution and a specialized. Okay. What is so special about this? Okay. Other secondary schools don't do it already. It is not achievement to make noise about.
Sadiq, Secretary Professor can be Kaka. Yeah, me too.
Just for your information, Wager Hansia, yes, special school for science. Common science and so on. And also special government as part of say we no I think 3 or 4 specialized schools. And so maybe back
for a senior high school and
yeah, senior high school.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Free SHS.
But specialized. Just that maybe just that campaign assembly. But the campaign you shouldn't criticize the government. After campaign, you shouldn't scrutinize the government. Part of the problems is these people. This industry. These people will never do anything for this industry because keep quiet and watch out. But you are going backwards.
Which backwards?
Not even a single. You've not tabled even a single law, important law. industry.
Sadiq, hold on. Because you're not so great. This is not a fair statement to me.
Why? Why is it not fair?
That is the government.
I'm saying say yes, so now asem na abani e kan ho asem.
But me catch say asem no be coffee.
No, I'm saying say make you point.
Okay. Because me as part of my point one, the decision has been taken. What must here say you basic specialized schools. What must here? One is for science, omo your wage say, and one for the arts. Sadiq, minim so a performer no nyɛ but me ameti hansi de bia me de me homa example. Ne de me ko wie wo Mercedes Benz GNT technical. Me ko auto mechanic course for 4 years. And now kase me ntu car tie crap a me ntu. But from me for frase no nyina na me disini achi. Minya school we ya. What must here? Enka me wie. What must here? Enti me eya me anwa ho a meti ase minim benefits no. What must here? Say you benya school way. And then Ghana pe and you was a school way will be wo. Ukwa mama ukwa America crampo they have specialized schools. What must here? You training kwarano fitting omomofrasian. Their main course they are doing is different from the your friend is saying add-ons now me literature anyway basically literature mass way no. But they have core subjects so akwarano be free mo abano. Now you're right straight for the business. And you know your steady industry, you know. Films are here ni niema amanfo kuma wood ni niema omo here without any training. At least when they pass through the school, which is free, at least the level and the of the your friend is saying quality of productions about out, you know, will be at a certain level. And that is the vision. So who enyama wa me pa cho ye wi amenfa obanko. But I prophesy, you, Sadiq.
I go see quick rebuttal on this. I go see here. That's why they keep getting wrong. I go see. That's a quick reflection. You see, they keep getting wrong on something. They keep getting wrong on something. We are not saying say specialized school here. NAFTI is a specialized institution. Yes or no? Yes. GIJ is a specialized institution. Yes or no? IPS, UPS, until now, as it's so much expanding, was a specialized institution. Even KNUST. So we are not being say special institution is bad.
You just said it.
But I'm saying
that is what you just said.
But I'm saying
Kwasi, correct it. You just said it.
I'm clarifying my matter and you are telling me what I'm saying. I'm saying 40%. I'm saying Kwasi. There's nothing special about this school. Creative industry. I've done some achievement for them in 4 years to that point. And I'm saying to you that all these secondary schools are teaching what you teach there anywhere, calling specialized. It's a science school, our boy. If you go to Fantipim, right? Whatever they are studying there with biology, science, and everything, the only thing that will happen with this science school, for instance, will be that maybe they will not do general art, or they will not do business, or they will not do visual art. And it will only be an institution that will enroll all the people that will do science, similar to all the people that are specializing in science in Fantipim at this school or Gasco. Anyway, that's the point that I'm saying. So when you say that, your friend say no, you really haven't done anything much for any of your friends.
Mami man or the brain because na question what make you point Bacho. Arnold.
For me, I think say the issue under contention, no. Whether the creative art school no completed near completion or not. Sadiq is reason I don't think it's relevant at this particular moment.
Thank you.
And that's probably the reason why I took it because in your campaign and this is why I say it's not relevant at this moment because see say ebia afei na yemutu idea na say creative art school ebebo na say mbo there then Sadiq's argument would come into play. So okay that bossu at this stage, your amount to idea now do a certain level of president is a near completion. As to whether be that down, you be that down. And in the next year or two, people will enroll and the thing would go on. That's the matter under contention now. At this stage. This is the next 4 years.
All right, so yes, because now let's expand it a little. State of the nation.
Yeah.
Kafa, the creative art tourism. And in your but before Obeshas, I think I have some of the voice clips from Mampenine, so some of the and some of Mampenine Kafa, the creative art and tourism. Yentio Mampenine na Embra.
Mr. Speaker, our nation continues to benefit from the year of return. Since then, we have intensified our engagement with Africans in the diaspora and all persons of African descent, more positively in areas such as trade and investment cooperation and skills and knowledge development, and what we call beyond the return. The Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, together with its implementing agency, the Ghana Tourism Authority, is working towards the realization of this initiative, which will bring even greater spotlight on our nation, Ghana. A lot of work has been undertaken in revamping our tourist sites and making them attractive. Digital revenue collection systems have been installed at the Elmina and Cape Coast castles, the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, and Vili waterfalls. Government has upgraded 5 tourism sites to meet international standards for increased visitation and create jobs and incomes for the people. The new minister for the sector, the industrialist Ibrahim Awal Mohammed, has also indicated his determination to strengthen the creative arts industry in Ghana. Already, the first ever creative arts senior high school, located in Kwadaso in Kumasi in the Ashanti region, is nearing completion. The governing board of the National Film Authority is in place, and even greater attention will be paid to this sector by government.
Okay, so Omampini, in your cafe, the tourism, creative arts, Arnold.
Yes, sir. Like initially in America, in my earlier submission, I talked about the fact that I believe say omo draftees are soon away, and industry phobia. You expect some come advise the president when it comes to matters relating to your industry, Omamboa. Say we a creative person, we a stakeholder, we a lover, we a follower. Sa statement we are commentary. I fire hono. You so you're sad because seriously, we compare Niama president I can find other industries even the within the industry the Kafa tourism, although there were lapses, there were some loopholes, and I said maybe a bit me a punch holes in tourism. Tourism a wholesome crashing at creative industry. It's would you want to say because boss the gentleman, the first gentleman of the land is expected to tell us the state of your industry, as of the time I know make it or make it our commentary. Now watching upcoming year and the obey. When it comes to your part of the industry, the only significant thing and you discussed it that day, creative art school, or see a near completion. That's the only significant thing. Now, or can't change say the incoming president,
or say governing board of the NFA, National Film Authority, is in place.
That's no news. It is no news because you named that.
But also on state of the nation, or can say no CCR the industry.
That's 2019. And you inaugurated you see expectation here then NFA no ISCR since its inauguration last year. To tell us 2 years ago, to tell us it's in place we know already. We've known this fact for the past 2 years. So the expectation was on change NFA no aye. However, if you tell me say the minister has indicated to you say his determination to strengthen the industry, that is so what? Every minister appointed has a determination to ensure say the portfolio and the ministry will be strengthened. It doesn't have to even come into the sermon. Then at the latter part of the way for the industry, or say government, the greater attention will be placed on the sector. But so we know. We knew this since 2016. The fact that most market and say greater attention will be placed on the sector. It's the only significant thing our president no care about your industry, the fact say school is near completion and it is under contention. And I don't really care. But in some more industry, seriously, flippant. And I blame omo with the drafting of Sadiwi. Because boss, in that last year, so you see, Sankashin course, so the Abagas okay, then they are trying to play around it and don't become Bibia Economical. But Nemesi. Look, I mean, in the last year, the law has been placed, friend saying,
Creative Art Bill.
That's huge. The Creative Arts Bill, that's one of the biggest achievements within the industry.
Okay, so that thing, creative industry, you know.
Yes, sir.
So, as a man, penny sign, meaning, after maintain, say, be our sign, there be a will be him so assigned.
But then the passage no corner is huge. It could have featured. Dear Sisia NF, no, I classification, integrated, then almost some way. Film villages no akosi saying, give us the status of Nemabia, ye name say Aircoso, film studio no akosi saying. But don't tell me about the minister's intention and determination to strengthen our industry. That's loose. Don't tell me about the government's intention to place greater attention on the industry. Even if you flip the coin, now called tourism, corner, he talks about year of return. Gains a year of return. I mean, of course, we all talk about the facts is the biggest, but 2019, beyond the return. Then, also, when it comes to beyond the return, COVID are affecting our engagement. Then some of the things he talked about, year of return, beyond the return. The Steve Wonders and the Steve Harveys and the engagements they are having with regards to projecting Ghana and the Ghana, we see. But then you come to digital revenue collection system. President said 5 tourist sites per digital revenue collection. So he talked about Elmina, Cape Coast, Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, and Willie Waterfalls. So the issue is, are these the only 5 that would have this digital revenue collection system? Because he never talked about the fact say you started with 5. You better continue with all the other tourist sites. So 5 open on Wiana. So again, I have a problem with the people on the draft here. Then he goes to the fact say you better upgrade some upgrade 5 tourist sites to international standard. 5 now here. Because if you're able to tell us, say Elmina, Cape Coast, really Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, you do a certain level. So 5 now was chairman say you upgrade it to international standard. Why are they one boarding? Because you see, again, I'm draft here, probably you see, I talk about the fact say there's lack of respect, lack of recognition, lack of regard for your industry, Otherwise, boss, if indeed there's been an upgrade of 5 tourist sites to international standard, why would you miss it? Because a family BTB, they are looking for a tourist site to visit. Once the president mentions, say, this site has been upgraded to international standard, this site has been upgraded, they will quickly move and say, president now has said it all, this Zulezu is on that international level, let's go there. You miss it. And for me, I think, as a creative industry, let's just pen something and just move.
Because there are people to come and defend.
Seriously, I feel we deserve better. We deserve way better than what was read to us.
So great. At this point now, minyo so dear kakra. Anot fisa yamwa teacher omo bia omo drafting the tourism ni art sector. Edemombrani omampenyi no. Anshada mwa. Sana timao. Niama be bracisi but was not really
Well, I know they can tree crown na metenase. In some no kind na metenase. Idea about kwa metenase pa ne se eniema bebre esi. Unlike years ago, and if you in the piano, a government struggles to find something to come and tell us what must say. But this time, ne bebre esi anenka onya yanka obubo so menene ya dwen metenase. Tourist site na no bisa no the last time no bisa mu yema information bit say Tafi Atome Bonsu Eco Bank Inzulezu Tetekwashi Cocoa Farm Kwawu Etibie Paragliding sites ni nyina no adwuma akomu pa and there are more a bit to say I was surprised say meti baby to say Mansu Big Tree receptive facility any Akumfi Palace Museum Akumfi Akumfi Palace Museum minim idea in particular, but I understand that they have a museum that has something to do with history and all those things. Sanya many nyina o makodi ehujuma inti sanya o kan ejuma no edoso bebre But maybe the drafters no FLA say, oh, you can State of the Nation address a summary of a maybe. So in their wisdom, no, so no summary any. But knowing the industry where we belong, no, I can say politically, no, it's about time MPP should wake up and understand. Say the creative industry, no, huge. And you know, I say obia o ye bibia baby obenya o strength na free no say amo ani ko ho kakra na wo hoahoa omo ye no eniama be kintikiti bi wo ha anka de kan ho anka by this time no adwuma ya den aye easy ama yen nti mesre drafters no ni anod kan aye omuntie na superm next time no they should add just some realities kakra.
Okay, I'm saying Arnold can be about say digitization of some tourist sites no. Idea of my na opini ba ko tie. I was just trying to see say opesem din to do but Kwasi, I was surprised that the president listed at the tourist attractions. These things were done by Catherine Afriku in 2019.
I would say what I want to you see I'm trying to get some of I'm going to my document. Check the State of Nation addresses in the past under this particular government relative to this. It's about the same thing being flipped, tossed here and there. I'm still going through it, but I'm sure by the time it gets to me, I'll probably do an analysis of it for us to see.
Okay.
And connect it to the budget that was read related to that as well.
All right, Kwasi, me too.
Yeah, Kwasi, I think, sir, truth be told, me a creative art person. And some metrachi na me hwe and somewhere mampani be boss so found creative art in somewhere. I feel say some spaces were not well filled. Baby wo ho because nyoma MPP aban kasa ka ho asem Kwasi be even in our manifesto which I care from this year kra that I felt say at least if president focus was how in who quite extend ye can want someone. And of course, and you my achieve for the last to me focus on can want someone and me sure senka a bit to me my the rare picture near Juma sabi because me share a Juma effort I play a war fan say the passage of this creative art bill we cry. I think for me the president should have even spent a lot of time even talking about it and how excited they are. Because that thing has taken almost about 10 years now for us to go through it. It's a big, huge achievement to be able to pass the creative art bill. Because it is actually the engine of the creative art economy. Because the creation of the art fund. I bet me propelling all this now I'm not sure last creative art fund the bet one benefit a woman I'm not cracker say any na kwa bet me adwuma kwaye just the resources any ingredient what the passage in any some ya torture room any new my
and see person just and come opinion can require no can creative industry bill na passage of it
because in bet me our opinion more number be for him to talk of the establishment of the art fund and then one sense it could have even expanded more.
So how come was it deliberate? And I was just almost messy.
He's coming to the part
because personally, in as much as I know more kind in now, but that is the true state of the creative art economy. I say the legislation is not the right now. Yanko pardon yet me pass. Say no, yeah, Juma dear. Important say it is what last November, December. Okay, come on, they were slept in Parliament. I'm out for that Parliament, and they're talking about forces say Parliament, and it's a big achievement. It is a President man is a state of a nation. That should even be the first. It should be the major. And now, no one can say the treaty or no one can say the personal commitment in assenting the bill and making it a. I was expecting it. The second, the creative art industry, customer by problem. Into an normal circumstance, all of it, from movie to music to babia, because it's a problem. And to say Nyankopa Yadum no or Nyankopa Yadum, and Uchekia, The reason why I to me and the who was is because we don't have the legislative power that will allow us to have the art fund anymore. And it is important that president to me I can be found say now with the establishment now yet my personal now no the creative industries no should now begin to rejoice because through this passage the establishment of the art fund is the next procedure government is going to look at. Obi oti baby bia be so obebo say then ateno I feel the baby do something is happening. For me this were osha even at all last your manifesto area about the digital infrastructure cry your casa deba that be support in terms of your creative art economy and then but I was expecting that this with Minister Bay I'm expecting the president to mention about what are some of the key steps are you taking to bring this digital infrastructure to us, because this is an essential thing we need now. It's important see to me sir and no more in our tour.
Okay.
And me want to say I think sir it's like Arnold was saying, one more advice here for the drafting needed the ABA it could be an oversight, but practically we share Nyoma pa yes say for creative art now. These are pressing it Nyoma. That was I say
okay.
Me kwasi even at tourism cry. Tourism asem ko mo kan wasem because they say we share their corona there your mind na. Every country now is focused on their local tourism.
Kwasi,
Mr. Seconds. Their back. Every country is focusing on local tourism. Because they say play crowd but frustration abe konkwa ansa na to conquer bagana. Obeya test and mini madam for Germany banda or your test and kwa 4 ansa na wabe do Ghana. Test ebe kwa 4. Frustration abe until nipa do say neighbor until we need to now look at enhancing those sites, making them attractive for young local Ghanaians, to be able to have opportunity to visit, to have advantage, excitement in visiting most of these places.
Sadiq, part of the problems of this particular government and our inability to enable the creative arts is partly because of reform. So creates and as Kwasi earlier when I was talking about the most important thing I hear even as an industry. You see, once I say he's come to speak my same language. So the question I'm asking is that what was driving him earlier? I said to them that look, creative industry, stop this.
You are rubbishing the establishment and the burden of a creative art school. And now make a choice. What you are saying is wrong to rubbish it. And I'm also quite to say, I didn't know. Yes, see. That's what I don't know banter also. You don't need to rubbish such a good policy. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the good things of the creative industry.
What I said to
him,
let me rephrase it again. So on my here, the anime catch on is that there are far more important things that is needed to drive industry. Look, if you don't drive industry and make it profitable, even if these people come from these special institutions, where are they going to? Which profitable industry are they going to really work in and make the best use of the Muslim Free School? That's why I keep telling to all of them. You see, Uncle Fred attacking me. Like he's tagged me, tagged me. And I just told them, say, look, it's got to the point where say you're driving the conversation on creative industry with thought leadership. So at the idea, say, Jai, these politicians will never respect you if you are doing these theatrics. You need to take them on and show them the numbers, the insight, and how it is done. Let them not do a few things and then glorify it and say, yeah, mama. And then when you are saying, you say, oh, and yeah, campaign time. So campaign time, we shouldn't scrutinize the actions. What are you people talking about? Look, who says so now? Earlier, what was I saying? I know this right when he says, you should tell me that the board that you put in place in 2019, December 2019, by now, there's an important ally that is needed to operationalize the NFA's National Film Fund, which is much needed in the industry. It has not done anything. In fact, the National Film Authority office in Muyampo, the key resources for them to really work, it's not there. These are but important things for us to talk about. Beyond that, Arnold is right. The creative industry will, though it came late, there's still a certain ally as well that will give it the full authority it needs for it to operate. Of course, the president spoke about State of the Nation address. Come back to the budget that was read. The budget will give you an idea of the buying by year in the next fiscal year. in your creative industry, they should come and connect it. They are by a chain, the President Accra in the State of Nation address. And then what has been said in the budget in the creative industry, for creative industry, you weep. And that's why I said to them that, look,
get tax rebates.
You weep. But you see, the thing that the film industry, the National Film Authority actually needs to this tax rebate, now you've gone to throw out the tax rebate. That's the point that I'm saying to them that, look, let's take them on. But let's take them on. Or, because I belong to here, no. Let me shout and I'll derail you for what they will make them respect you. We need to take them on. They are not better than us. We are running businesses just like some of them that actually didn't even run businesses. We know better. We have the insight. We have the thought leadership. We know how industries are enabled to stop these theatrics and archaic politics. Okay.
Other
than that, the creative industry will never see scrutiny is there. Okay. It is not campaign. It is scrutiny.
Sadiq Midase. So, yeah, the big grandma kakakrebi because budget no so painful more can budget. Na budget linking kind of dear. Meaning the tourism. Art sector not there. Yeah, some more. One crown I mention as finish so. Arnold, many samba my mention as finish. Young Lenky State of the Nation address yaba. Budget no cranny. No cranny. Anyway,
it's all saying. Yeah, discussion.
Oh, in fact, I mean, I was highly disappointed. I know the man can't try.
I didn't hear.
Na me who's you?
The tax rebates.
Which kind of tax rebates? I was like about me name. So interestingly, I saw almost about two copies.
The thing they promised.
I saw one. Yeah, I saw almost about 48 page. I gleaned through. I went back and forth. I want to see because I was not interested in the other sectors. I don't know. A chain I made him come on. They are just trying to look at. Masha, no makofa ba kubis Masha, be whooshy. All that I see is that there's some tax rebate for companies and art and entertainment. It's a mufiabi.
Oh man. First of all, no, you buying a basso. Say after all these years, no, when we say you move be here more, and I say industry, no. Some personalities ne enterprises be in industry no in here more. Na following up to MBSSI loan or them some of the industry practitioners no. And also at na say Adrian who say in here tax relief in the wisdom of Abraham no. Any advices I want advise whoever I'm draft is nyama we nyina no. Omo feel say at this particular moment na tax relief no ebeboa and into no modi shame no. So me dey me bo ma baso because they are very critical. A lot of industry players, stakeholders, firms, entities that work in industry will be bringing here more. And if our buying of say bema sa relief no regard to tax their rebate ya bo ma baso. However, my only contention no a processor ebekum because omo connecting no to MBSSI loans via your creative industry be brilliant. And so it tells you say they revel in sa loan or creative industry for no. That's why they found it convenient to connect it. So there's tax relief rebates be eba na in the last couple of months no MBSSI loan means so by my industry for no enjoy. But the problem we have is sa MBSSI no even on this platform they are discussing the bed 5 times already. Predominant in these discussions no how some industry a lot of industry be na kakrebi ninya. So if government no are connected this tax relief to MBSSI now, the question is MBSSI loan no kind it was entangled with a lot of controversies and uncertainties being never be to the point where a lot of industry players are. So how sure are you say this tax relief friends a rebate no go through a very process a very smooth ma or be that's my only worry because Salo no crano, we are still contending it now. Say, I nyaye, why nyaye, I did you see mistakes. We are yes. So what is the guarantee? Say, there will some promise you know, but go through a very smooth process. That's my only worry. Because based on the ecosystem and as ecosystem alone there, what the connect here means that we are in for another round of chaos. Seriously.
The thing is, there was nothing on tourism and the art sector. There was nothing. And I can say, apart from that small thing you see, art and entertainment, a number of companies, and you said, and yet the art. So it says the government will provide corporate income tax rebates of 30% to companies hard hit by COVID-19 pandemic for quarter 2 to quarter 4 of 2021. Targeted companies include those in the accommodation and food services, education, art and entertainment, and travel and tour operators. So this is what CCR art people in tourism, art and entertainment.
Of course, but you see,
apart from that, really, but what is there in the budget for?
See, the issue is who connected so not to the cost of budget anymore. That's why I said, oh, you're industry person now connected to it. You should be sad. You should be sad. Because at this stage, 2021, now we are still. Me person me Bob Drum no baby because my already my you understand? Because if they are telling you say if the minister's intention or determination to strengthen the industry no achievement then we call left and answer about right.
Don't complain, campaign over.
Oh, Sadiq.
So Charlie, and me seriously, me sometimes and I keep saying say me the blame no so much the likes of Safo, Mark, Kwasi Ernest, Mr. Kwasi Agyemang. You understand? Manage certain sectors are they should be able to that link between yen and albino. These are the linkage. So if Minya be as lousy and flippant as this at this point, which should I go and blame? You understand? You know, my pushing my share a certain vantage point. I wait to me akasa. So on kasa, on make him move. On ya na the end of the day when they blame me there. Why should I go and blame the president again? So more function you doing.
Why no? More like
say more you doing. So what do you what are you what more you doing? If you are unable to push, because before me I can get to president hall level. Not mean them be na check. You understand?
Okay, so great. I mean, from personally, I am also sad. I mean, me who budget because I don't think that there's be anywhere you can find be at the tourism art and this thing about tax rebate. I mean, a man for my show me. It is a year component. It is only art and entertainment and enjoys idea we are. Then you probably will be. There's nothing really on the sector.
Oh, okay. But we see, no crap.
Maybe our kind budget.
No women kind. And to be honest with you, so minty.
And now the other kind so.
Yeah, no minty.
You contributed to it.
Minty no. I'll take my time and go through it.
Oh, but me am a kind and no penny idea.
Yeah, Matu say, but make I say.
Wait me share pages.
I might mean a proper brief about the whole. What must say?
Brief.
Oh.
Oh, yes, sir. At the end last week, I see the name of two platforms. That's why you ain't kind. Last week, Lutrot Beso attack you. I'm missing no necessary. I did there are two platforms. So Beso just one kind. Yes, sir. And you're fair. By a kind, I'm moving to say they be a deal.
Okay, so Ola Michael Swaba cancer. Questions? I mean to you.
Yeah, Kwasi. I think sir as empire na de dikan yebebo abana baso se wanya hwehunu se wo covid bremu no companies a sebisebio won mo ho aka bebre na ewo creative art mu na ho behia se a wo boa ye ndwumadi a yedie no at least won betumanya a tax holiday ene sa de kan wasam no but they are not a chairman kakra ne se we share the entire budget budget na erudi ni na sa fe bia so a usually mete say bia o be set aside 2 million Ghana cedis and 3 million 4 million to support this, to do ABC, the XYZ. I feel most are no, manti bibisa say bia this because me share in some more president and Kasakra kan or sona regarding to say person the attention to film authority. 2 weeks ago, film authority for one almost say womu yesika emfanya adwuma. Womu egususu. And president try to support say person den attention at all. Me na me expect bibisa nka by this time nka we read the budget there should have been a corresponding budget allocation ekwakwata omudwumadi achi netumi abo mu yehwe yankasa so cry art funding ho sensem a sabre nyame ade yetuma passe ya anka ba bia agina bia me expect say bia for something as a seed capital for the creative industry no bia art funding ho asem no bia government make pledge be to it betumi aba abaye the tosu cry miensa na saying minister you call vetting or it is or pursue see modern studios digital studio ultra modern studios here minister pursue see okay kuma so also I can wasem na they are sa jumedi on babedi no where's the budget? It can this year one answer bibia no ye be supplementary budget e dey akọ especially to go and seek for funding for sanema no and I say where was it captured sanema we ni ade a me hunu say say e important see it abano ye me ni come because eno and this any da so no de beba mo bibia obi techu be hu so okay enema ye kan na we are making attempt. But say ekobat say bia say you ya can all be tax are fine good say be my tax na that but I don't know a private initiative. These are private companies that are supporting ya ankasa na ye wa adwuma no no ankasa no where lies our own, which one be our concern, which one be our own. And that for me is interesting. With all the number papa all link it so nankasa to and some president can regarding to budget in the bana. I think that there's some BB is missing. There's a missing link and it's important say you better trust you better link it. And I'm only hopeful. And I also give benefit of the doubt. Biswa na substantive minister nankasa only warranty and no maybe be wa maybe no one person promise too much. And I say bia because minister nankasa ni ho ebi oba nankasa bedua maybe opportunity be ba
Ghana share nkotoku
na make no ebia no bedua there could be opportunity for to revisit most of this and your my yabobo because Kwasi no kwe on say sa na mama bo eyade is an ongoing project. Yes, Minister Kraba, you knew Mr. Dr. Awal also about and so they won't possible. Where is the budget? As I feel no urban or every private sector, and I say our support no deba by Jumano. Film industry president Nana Kaya say what your musu and he's going to put attention on them. Say who the attention by Betua. By this time, David Donto should rejoice. Say at least government have made an allocation of 2 million Ghana cedis to go and support the film industry.
Because made us say
it's not possible.
No, Kasan Kramsem.
Happy what Kwasi is doing now.
No, don't go there. Sally.
Okay.
Yeah, would make a point. The fact is that I mean, for the first time, many Kwasi has started a program in so for number of years.
Very...
This is one of the contributions. Why, yeah,
Yes. You need to clap for him. That's how I wanted to also clap for him too. I wanted to clap for him.
No, what is that for him? This point in quite
very. You see, so that you see, I go see scrutiny is very good, and that's why for me I felt unfortunate. So Rebecca said, "Oh, you giant campaign season. Why after campaign season do you go to sleep? As somebody also working for government? No, you would work, and when you are working, you are going in a certain direction that any offense, and I say it me, direct you back to the thing. Look, and then I may catch you. We say." In the ways that the President State of Nation came, and then the budget also was read and all of those things. Typically, my advice to industry will be that, look, operate and try in your own small way to better industry without really focusing on these guys. Don't expect too much because your expecting BBR will be disappointed like we did in the last 4 years. And when you look at it, look, tax rebates are good, but often connected to an overarching objective relieve in a certain industry. So if you're giving tax rebate to, let's say, people with armored equipment, air bar, the understanding is that, a bar, equipment in a bar, and for maybe eventer, prices, a better to so, and people in the industry can afford, and it can help them make some savings somewhere to help them expand and employ more people. So there should be something connected to it. So, okay, this year, we're looking to enable industry to employ maybe 200,000 people or 300,000 people. So the tax rebate in Mao has you be freely impact what has and this is how we are looking to leverage it. All these things is tied to it. So far, nothing has come to it. You see, come back to Omo promises. And I told somebody that maybe unless mid-year, not the mid-year budget review bar, and they will bring any new budgets to that effect. Other than that, between now going to 2022, all hope is lost on any of the promises they made. And it is the same trend that played out from 2017 about 2024. And that's the more reason why I say to them, sir, it is important, sir, we will drive the scrutiny. Because see, every documentation we know, and we need to be able to point it out to them and say, you made these promises here. You said you're going to do this one here. What the kind budget? I say, when will it come? This is the scrutiny I'm talking about. When somebody makes a needless offense and say, you can only wait 2024 campaign season, and the person is a key industry person. It is very, very unfortunate.
Okay. All right. Sadiq, me that say, and Councillor Lutro to Sababe can so I say, Ola, for microphone, and I mean to you. State of the Nation address, linking it to budget. Now share and some no senior city here. Mean to you.
Browse, my main wish you happy birthday in Senya Mishra Kasiamau. So be shrana wama when you know
that's a bank one fan for Kwasi. I'm straight and I appreciate it.
No, but I said, can't I greet like meeting?
No, but say what cause I said no so mami. Yes, I would doom Jano.
No, mean doom no. Let me be Kaja Cranegum.
Honey fire. More fire. But me that's your honum saying.
Okay. That's an answer why you permanent be say.
Some person call some
okay, Browse, here
I'm power anymore.
Browse. I think say you're more President Abaso for this Sunday. I think say why are there or born homo dempa and you're more people for so Abaso. They are learning. I'm seeing say almost there or more SSA or more style no. Because they realize say since 2017 and no more cap for creative industry so from development of A4 Sunderland Park to building of a film village back Ukraine Amaso. It's they are being careful not to give promises biana yasabe mochi. Because from 2017 budget statement up to 2020 this is the only time who anything specific to the industry because you're promising why you're failing. It hadn't a mean some promises na munya na mu kasa too much. So no promises. It's your mama but so it's very beautiful. And you know Adie bi ma adwemu na kakra. Dr. Wa vetting. Or see studio be $20 million. But man who budget man santin was sonamu. Is it a case that a no na adwemu po? No no akopesika na. And I buy not F so.
Maybe I buy so no. I'm sure say we so him say or no. Ninsusu idea person your mind industry.
Next or no na be kwa kopeska nya buy a promise.
Yeah, by industry say you bet me up peska na me.
Oh, you bet me. Send me a pesika de see film village.
Yeah.
Yeah nya. And hey, it is on also banner promise. Na so you be jans on no kopeska then we should forget about it. The idea about concern account say consistently no as a ministers or vet, what they aspire to do has always been different from what the government actually has planned to do. Make me a started recapturing to this current one. No. Bra, more kind or more, vetting and some more kind, you realize that and need your buying susiano and our buying susuma and your pet. So it probably becoming more like, okay, and say, more year manifesto, and I'm ministers in your way. And as some more bad vet, and I know more aware of what has been promised. So they come with their own mindset, their own plan, their own projection. Now, Omode, Eddie Ababeto, so it's a woman, no, piece of cardia. Unim say, in 2018, our contribution to GDP, our tourism and our space, was about 3.54 billion. 2018, 2019, I see a year of return. We dropped to 3.4. But consistently, the year return up with as if he gave us something so important. Look, the only highlights or difference between year of return 2019 and 2018 was because no faces came here. But it did not increase our arrival, inbound arrival. It didn't. It's here in the president, the flagship program, year of return.
The activities. You see what they made noise about in December year of return. It is something that has been playing out. Because Ghana Rocks. Ghana Rocks. December has always been a holiday makers period in Ghana anyway. So you just don't put a name to it and then herald it for 2 to 3 years as if you've done something. That's why I'm saying that the standard is so low in engaging them.
And so they are holding on to any loose straw to make noise with it. Because the statistics and the data is not favoring you.
Okay, budget.
Budget one me way. Until na me di we be shame no. Now say no yentimi enya hwe ama yen yesi e be me tax rebate na nam person busa wadaro mo ni die mu tax rebate e chere sen.
Oh, say a to na obetua no. Say ohanchi chemu aduasa. Aban ne de chew. O de maw.
Nice one. Medjuma gu.
Enti
me kotua to we.
De bejo.
Medjuma na gu. All that I can file is maybe zero returns or bankruptcy because bro, I know can say so many of the people in our industry. It's tax rebate no dey man. Dear na me cotton a bunch ne body be na me kofa be rebate me. It's one I say ya nyine hu too much. Who say nkofo ya me come on rebate 2020 be bre na adwuma gu. There's no way omu betimi abenya sika bia betua tax. Wo che NBSSI no so no wo hyenkofo bi na mo 1000 2500 and wa kan nyina bo so waboayen. Omu requesting for bia 30,000 60,000 omu 300 Ghana 200 Ghana and na wodi ni nyina bom. Netino nipa no adwuma no wo he adwuma na gu me kofa adwuma wo he akoye no makonya tax amwa ba be ma rebate. Wodi ni nyina bom it's much ado about nothing. Just say zero. They don't know what to do for us anymore. They are tired, they are fed up. Etinama Socrates Elkasa just okodi briefing because he's confused. Oh no man, why confused? Oh who say me MPP pa I'm promising kofo bebrebe me bejina dede. Eti me ka for mo ho ani. Questioners on baby verify because why you confused? Why disturbed? They say they are just obejina neutral. No or reason like an industry person. Ni who said the kofo ye amwayen. Brago, see, if this is what we have for 2020, that means that 2021, you have friends and we 18 years soon.
Ola, also conclusion submission, no. I said to me, due to many ajo, say, what you might drink about baby show. A Jumano baby go, industry for them. Into man tax no crown or coy Juma when no to tax. Councillor, be when I mean to you, yeah, share budget in Sunano.
Eja me da se me nchia o na se si obi ma belated happy birthday awanji so na usuru so we ma surprise nti na akasa no
there be say me say e kwa asem no so straight
ba na be surprise na na birthday surprise dey atwa mu dey mu adi ko won say ra se o check from enshase na enkoma ye di utie so na numu na akotie budget no mu no kra ne say so na ne ba wie ye na obi a atwen say ye be hu figures ewo budget no na ye kase budget ni nyese bia ye be kase we are giving utsi the last 6 months no minya kwan na former minister Tepe me ye koye show bi na minya kwan na minya platform me ni nyina wo so no explain nyama bi kire yen ba me tiase de na say creative art industry no ba abeje ne budget ye de nyama bebre be shem ba bia ye nkonya specific say 2 cedi wa ha yeah, the koye we but within obia supply ni nyama ni sika no finance ni de be ma na kase mo se mo betima ye ABCD pe nyama mo de mo na be fight yama enti me tie na me say na say ebia man panyi kan ketu abi na nkanka revenue digitization no manage but minim say bragos we call Labadi Beach is it Labadi Beach san e frɛ ho no we call order oh go Ghana Tourism Authority for this kind
yeah
Wouldn't chrono because Ucha ticket now. Oma ticket now. First gate. Who be the second gate? No, be a sanji say yeah for return. Who send cover the same paper no the man. Oma send the amount. Be na say juska. Make Labadi Beach entrance on. Ya do 10 paper now. Sa ticket number na the amount na ya amount is the same thing they are rotating. Okay, see at the correct report. And it's some person man pen you say the dissertation be about as he say I did just scanning through means when you never done. They said they didn't give about because my boss and me report here. Me go say Labadi boys one more there. And I didn't understand. It is some person sika ya beji kakranka because size scanning 10 cities or whatever no. E be say you be out. But so jina na cars be say 30 be twam with you there scaba ho. And it's some person digitization be about my penny the beji sika. Ya da na see o. But yem biem nenko ye. Budget in the end say I'm a creative act bia. But if you be some say practice creative act in cry your mind. Eye anyu to fo. Eye actors no. How many creative acts are can. I say my pejika so see the vibrant awa or sheda ball minister no. Not just my penny will be efi new minister no the abanimu. There's a lot of expectation. But the creative act people are so critical. Questioners come. Young crow for you panel. Me believe it. It comes to a time where I feel that they are not acting like creative act people, but there are times they act like politicians. Because somebody very, very critical about the creative act anchor. Now come on, penny beti the power creative act industry. Yes, they are building a curriculum for your friend day for school now musino. And I'm beside me who say, brother, see me there, you go school at check a crowd. Nafty, a year day. Tetina, you walk gamma films, no, year day. Enti, nafty ne guana. Nafty no eguso air koswana. Where are questions are BBC? I say, Mibisa, sir, say I'm passing nafty koso. Now, Gamma Film CM say good at that. And then yes, Socrates. Gamma Film say good. But the nafty are they for creative act or they are for what? Because I'm passing nafty here for creative act. Nanyama kosu omuno is the same thing curriculum Socrates develop your madia. Then my question still come back to say, why do we collapse the old ones we have and always want to start a new one? Is there any difference? Now me Bisanso says Socrates, what will be the entry requirement for somebody to go to the creative arts school? The majority of our people who have become part of the musicians, the actors and everything, most of them are dropouts. Young kind of cray. There are people who struggle in life and go for hasa and go your way and go your way and are later no or better than a musician. So you discuss kosheho near CAC dying. What is going to happen to it? Will it be an edifice that finally you the bear shoppers? You remember Sancroform to artifact. Once I told you about creative actor. Yeah, shops was here. Nancrofor ton kente kukru aya to komunu. Obi aya or baby or Gina ho dua no artifact no. Who cause a creative do not is an accent at no. E bi nie sinana. Maybe be because what is the entry requirement? Is it that when you finish GSS you can go there? You finish SS you can go there. What are you going to study? I was just confused. And the time Okasi omo develop curriculum, because say be Mike no man so creative no. Obeka and say you are developing curriculum for ABCD because cost now on my penny canon. I think say honest can go. So me, the creative art industry, I believe that the people who are fronting for us should really be creative art people because we know them and get out of the political court. They should get out of the political game. Because the politics is becoming too much for me. That is what I'm paying Eba. Or never being country because what they tell him is what he comes to tell us. So I'll hardly blame His Excellency the President for the content he comes to read. The people are not feeding him well. Because it's up on completion. Yes. If my penny tells me that I am opening the creative art school in March 31st. What is the entry requirement? Who are those who are qualified for it? Is it different from NAFTI? Are we having people still come because because her secret saying that we are going to get quality film now to watch, we are going to get good production. So what is NAFTI doing? Are we collapsing NAFTI? There are people who have been given directorate in NAFTI. Yet Tiana last week, And you say, film industry, I'm saying money office. Socrates, they have a big office, and so I am getting so confused that the industry is really not getting its content to the presidency, because some of the people there, either they are afraid, either they are doing bootlicking, either they want to maintain a particular thing, and they are not helping the presidency. Because maybe through some of us who are not there will say things that will provoke the president to look for the truth. That's why I think they didn't have anything in the budget.
Okay, all right. So, my main king can comments kakra me mra ne ko ni share other issues and so about. Now, Kankam says, Kwasi, Ernest and Socrates are very annoying on radio this afternoon. They never convince with a good point. Most of the time, even though I like them. I see. Omahina Aboagye says, for your information, entertainment review, please. Funds are allocated to every ministry in every budget. Okay, so I'm sure you read the budget. Probably should have just indicate to us the allocation that was given to the tourism and arts sector. Kofi S. Don says, why can't the government suggest support schools that are offering such subject rather than building a new one? Dasibre Kwame Obinameyal says, Christianers, please humble yourself for Sadiq to educate you. And Achim Krachi says, I agree with Sadiq. There are existing SHS schools teaching these. What is necessary is to equip the existing schools with equipment and tools to make it better. Eric Usu Afari says, Sadiq is right. These courses are already done or are being taught in senior high schools. It should have been something else. Kwasi, Ernest, please let the gentleman talk. That's Michael Kwabna. And Odiano Ebaye. Ekia Frimpoma says, we shouldn't do politics with everything. And Nana Yao Miles says, even you appreciate your 3 music awards. Must have stopped that. You. Sadiq, oh, please. That's Ekia Frimpoma now. It's really needless. That's Cyber Kwame. And to this one here from Martin Befi says, this reporter should first speak to the site engineer or a consultant and stop the guest reportage. And A-Star Asante says, Kwasi, what is wrong with you? The most important thing is the job, not abandoned. You want to find something to say about the president. I think you're probably listening to a different radio station. Maybe not this particular program, but you'll be yes. So those were some of the comments. Abba, Meba, Niakoinim.
Oh yeah. Happy beer. Bow down my head. Hey, say about I've been boom nice. And go see, say, I'm a chef for crack. No crack. She got to saddle. Hey, hey, on a moon say, baby,
long time, Otemi Kata we don't come. I drink and Kasana sometimes, Satiana say you can pump. Last year was a gobe. This year the air shrink quine, non quine, bron quine, sound quine. Ube who me picture TV so, me voice out radio, never beg a picture demo so, me free wine bio. I feel almost say yeah guy. And you put
a branch in the Kwame yogurt. Now why didn't wait for Joshua?
Dinen,
you got to say
Dinensia, on fancy Dinen,
teaching Kwame Eugene.
Last year, Nanko Yempa, I fear they will say, Etriamusa, next year, not the ABCS, love, faith, now you bush show you pay, cast. Girls,
Kwame Menkasa, Abrabueno be say we shut that. The means in Amisia, I want to be hata. Very soon, no comedy go better at that. Boys, get best shut that. Oh, here my father's day, yeah, papa. School school, ya pesi ya ko. Nesu waku contact grandpa ye debe fed ya
Ogali boto. Ente mu be ye mobo. Ube hu se shito. Big up to Shatta Wale Bodo.
Them go bow down my head. Omu say ba. Pam 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 panana. Abem boom nessa. Them go see say. I measure po akra. Sika tisadua. Eko neba. Bonam be say. Ye be ye do. And check be besi. Bibi besi. Besi. Bibi besi. Besi.
Rockstar Africa #1. Yeah.
Kwame Yogurt featuring Kwame Eugene. So, and I'll say, I customer bay and Krona, Nomi and Sabo, make out say you may be a captain for my daughter. And one more boy hoka Mauti and Kasabri, ye do ma say papa cap from 41. Jumedi Suni Honum say real machin say no tea and kind cap from so dear mobile phones are hold draw through Samsung phones no quality ones now. Mem ko baby na one mumfe mu. Aha ubenya ewo ye cap from for a Joshua if your branches need be now pay home my plans is pa so dear and can first by TV will be demo CC and TV a man for them will be me pa chop more my TV a man for them sadi and a trim enti bomodia se obeko kafam na Jew TV na yanko edim okay so afimu ani anyway ena coronavirus COVID-19 ebe jaye so ewo asasi su hanum say na abe hadwin papa coronavirus abe hadwin ewo wiase afana nyina na ye ka eye sector ba konso a coronavirus ya be hadwin pa the tourism and the art sector so abe hadwin papa eba ye event ahodo say hey restrictions o mampanyi di gwa kwemu ama ontimi kra nya event ni akeka ho enti hadwin na my voice clips be me ensa bi a me pese me bone ye de kaye ho ni edi kan World Health Organization for bra wo mo de tu dwo mo se ade ye pandemic wo mo announce ye March mu enu echi Ghana ye first case na mampanyi so ni update wo de be tu dwo wo ka restrictions abani de ka ho. So let's just check out some of this voice clips. Now 1 year on, how has people in this sector, tourism, any creative arts, no, teach saying Ananyama esi akwamomo.
WHO has been assessing this outbreak around the clock, and we're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction. We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. Pandemic is not a word or carelessly. It's a word that, if misused, can cause unreasonable fear or unjustified acceptance that the fight is over, leading to unnecessary suffering and death. Describing the situation as a pandemic does not change WHO's assessment of the threat posed by the virus. It doesn't change what WHO is doing, and it doesn't change what countries should do.
Okay, all right, so that's Tedros Ghebreyesus, WHO opinion dano and one now say Tinat is about a pandemic and it's a Yadidimu ana Ghana office yenye timu didim and I went to buy say yenyebi
has confirmed 2 cases of COVID-19. The cases were confirmed on the 12th of March, that's today, 2020, and the first cases to be reported in Ghana. Laboratory results of the 2 confirmed cases were received at the same time from the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research.
Okay, so Orakweku Ajimame know that Minister for Health and all this as a that was on the 12th of March in Ghana. Your first case, COVID-19. That's just what Tim said. Papa. Interestingly, that was my birthday. That me dimauda. Oh, how can that be? Nenwechi restrictions by Omanpenyi ba 2 dra. Restrictions are hold ye bi papa na enkaman fo hwe nim se nke yekwa akodi bro nyakra no Omanpenyi be sane ne ambam na titru event ahodo etimi akoso na nka etimi agye ni kakrabat tie Omanpenyi.
With barely a week to the Christmas festivities, which bring in its wake family reunions, parties, and many social and religious gatherings, I urge all of us to err on the side of caution and observe the COVID-19 safety protocols, no matter where we find ourselves. The dynamics of the virus has taught us that if you must host or attend such events, they are best held safely outdoors or in very well-ventilated halls, rather than in closed, air-conditioned spaces. Even when organized outdoors, there must be adequate spacing for the maintenance of social distancing. Organizers of such events, public or private, should ensure the presence of Veronica buckets, soap, and sanitizers, and must insist that patrons use them as frequently as possible. I entreat all persons with underlying ailments such as hypertension, diabetes, chronic liver disease, and asthma to pay particular attention to their health during the festive season. It is important to stress that our borders by land and sea will remain closed to human traffic until further notice. Beaches, pubs, cinemas, and nightclubs remain closed until further notice. All other institutions that have been cleared to function are to continue to do so in strict adherence to the COVID-19 protocol.
Okay, and beaches, pubs, cinemas, entertainment centers, tutu mu ni account. So, afimu eni. Sana yenu emui ometimi survival. Na Richard Abbey, Heads of Communications, Event Vendors Association of Ghana. You can event a hood party, wedding, events, kuku dam, chocho ram, yo mime hanum saying, no, omo on kabum ku. Na opinion kasama kui, and you Richard Abbey. Saying an anyama, a fimunie, restrictions by sanity. Rabbi, I asked him about entertainment reviews here. Na boko dia
nyame yetinkwem ide na ndi bibia ye fine e beda nyame asese yetinkwem and when there is life there is hope mecha obia so obuti wa mosho
right. So afimu eni se ni amedi kan boy ni bi mayi asem ni so kakra yade COVID-19 coronavirus ba ye ene how and the restrictions are aban di gu akwemu ebi kan modwuma ya moye papa Mimbusa, how have you guys survived? I mean, 1 year on saying and with me mo ebusia mo adwuma for saying and yamas yako I mean some common DB but 1 year on your person how have you guys survived really?
If you up to 1 year and up to now, still it's not being. Let me put it this way: has not been fair to us in terms of still because only a year is young for a year and if we are not able to meet and there's a bit of a social distance, then we're going to be affected. In fact, I buy it from the beginning. The thing was that just not a compound and a not a car between because every week we go on one weekly and on young now she washes November or the master sounds no about a week Saturdays. It says I want to mean she be when it is enough and that's come about weekly and baby. And she says salary to man cakas away and Jenny and Kana employers will grab it to one more castle once you watch you in the Woody Kakaka. Sanabia, which next month but we the as a win hand to mouth no so acquire draws kaka. So a lot of business will affect it. Because they affect a larger number of people, including informal. So go and make up no. Obu also kunya no rent. Obu also have everything photography no and a video. In the tank of they only can survive their weddings, their funerals, and their events. But then a big event, I did the way affected them as well because I want them to mean back together. There's a sponsorship on your part of your event to me. And a banana was all postponing your event, postponing. If you keep postponing the event, and also I there. And also, they're going to climb to Quana, so Jai, only Bium, other than a guy, and Bubumi, only Bium, and also Papa. So they have to now fight with the vendors, and because the vendors themselves have taken some money on the advance in the won't account. And so now they're not put an name as them. How do we pay back those people now? They are just coming from between clients and sometimes the vendors. So the larger extent, I mean, it is a number of people. Yeah, the painters by Yejuma. Yes, some the carpenters near Yejuma. The goal, yeah, a boy, or one more transfer where they are there. You know, one again. And the carpenters go moving out to money Saturday and Bob the goal and he be. Since the beginning personal events, no way is about now to be a perform. One more time, bring them bags, cry or show or bags. And could be Saturday bag, no old time away. I know to mean Tom bag. And I'm not for a woman, I'm not a woman. Or more tone, young idea decoration, maybe it's a balloon, maybe it's a fabric. I hear swagging out, who's an area, swaggy, and won't mean to be quiet to under 5,000 after the more. To me, who's can to a 200 because people are not actually going out, so there's nothing they have to do. I won't pay to me. And yet, I quite say that one banner or year, one banner, and I said, I quite didn't see. The only thing is you have to divert quickly. That's the OTA here and by Bansan, she and Kofu Mokasai. Say, one catch a client, the moment the moment cancel, one postpone. We did that. And went to the extent of encouraging them almost and make me get into other form of businesses because then to survive. Connect the other video could do. If you want to manage to me. Now you can't say once you want sunny a cracker. You want sunny a crazy October and January. You buy an video. Yes, I quite have 2 hours. They're going to be your crack. It's just that we are hoping that the Bass and Abana for war crack and it's a bit maybe being to a very large extent, the industry is really affected. And then we can make up for they are very, if about weddings, someone will make up for them, they are very integral. Most of them are informal, where you can want that way. Only at the pump for wedding for Mupama, the dressmakers or Mupam in Tabia. Omunian tie them pump, because guests no need to be pop, and a wedding not down by and pump. Do where they need a traditional way, you want to continue, so that's what if our workers are. The only problem, the only option is that I will make 3 fees. And I said, yes, we're running shift. If I'm intervened, my company has to run shift. Because the full time now, I know I mean to me, you do what I'm saying, you're running shift. Into Biamaga one, Obama, the other way is not a Friday. There's a 2 seconds near half the amount. Aha. And the no couple my addition to move, and the other one later, addition what the whole thing will say. You get to know at the point they have to manage your company and even the number of people and all that. But it affected the workers. And what is one of the monthly money that come to them? They mean they have to be in the house and take half of their money. And some of them now won't tell you why only they're using internet now. Then I don't want you because the laptop needs to manage to redundancy in airbank. So I think that to a very large extent here. It's really affected a lot of people, and we didn't at their back. I'll be renting this year. I told fresh because we kunya event when it's kunya wedding ya. Abdi what their bar, but you look now the yakran so we mortgage, mortgage. I will jump mortgage. I will miss Kawan. I'm not going to go. To be a week for mobile grand catch of the maybe younger Senayi and Yanka chain. 5 months, 6 months. I'm not idea to me if any more tax in Yamania, but also there will be a then you will tell you now the money is not coming. Won't to me rent here. You are not able to pay. I only said do better 3-4 months. One can have a future. And that's another major thing that the financial institution to me Senya ban the man be support kaka na be na water any electricity and can come up for crop show man be attack there you got mean just 2 months 3 months and no me dey for ahun kaka and these people are there are so many that they contribute to the tax system obo mo makola for na say e for ko jumska so there's a large number of people who have been affected.
I see.
But
in terms of numbers, no, any ebia, minim say ebia mutimi put something together. Say your members bear to do saying, you may because of ahuye here mufe mume jume gu. Ejuma for nipadodo be saying. Do you have those numbers, no?
Okay, I can just fairly give you an idea on it. We are about 600 people, and we are in about 7 regions or 7.
Okay.
Somebody, everybody recruits. Recruits averagely, if you want to put the crowd, 2 to 3 people. And no quite lowest because Obi to usher the ultimate could be 15 people. Also, the program here, the weekend, and I'm almost serving. Almost serving, almost service. I don't call program here service. Only I can almost Saturday, and if you look at the thing, if you multiply 600 by even let's assume, say you're having about 5 people or average, you're looking at about 3,000 people affected. I mean, and this is just on a very low scale in terms of assuming, because I employ almost about 6 people. As I say, more dispatcher, if you want to become or dispatcher or driver. Drivers no more driving trucks, no, I think you're because you want to be no idea, and then say driver with fee. And see, who driver, who stylist, florist, if you're not a should try name and also on back and home. And no more for handymen, no handymen. As you acquire idea, yes, what stage in the home accounts, and go for ya, won't you take a cafe? And then, of course, you're one pioneer, boss or monk hooligans and you remember your bad, our chroma, because say you know what's an answer handyman open within the Chiafa. Oh, and it's a complete kind of way and back, but it be an hour more to Jaffa. So if you look at this number of people, I'm just giving a very low estimate by assuming that 5 per is a company or something. I don't know, but so it tells you the extent to which the thing has been affected. And in every in the way I say, affected will be autumn boutique in the power of Bronca where we have affected because we post soon and saying we find or bags and talk. Obi ama beto eyeshadow lip shade coin. What say coin. I saw na ko there so beto aboduku na ko be. Na ba be ko where the na name ni won ma. After go pe eyeshadow ne ye ni anu mi so ani. And the bag ne ehun keka won the wedding ye be there we ni won ka. Ntina ja ye den. Na aye dia ma man for more musicians kura no mo bonyo no. Ye program so am musicians so mo ba ke. Unya bi mba embo. MC. We MC. MC akasa kakra sati bi. And one will be so I had in the Jumo Ya Quano. And my body, a very critical enough for them to musical Scacata. And see, you start again reviving almost almost so Cacacan, which you won't know, and empty somewhere. Then you say, go to top. Unipia, when you to me, because Saturday Maya, Undi, Saturday is one Abea, in she.
I see. Okay, now, Yako and him, sir. Ekodum rebi abino sheda HSKB na ofreno aye coronavirus alleviation program for business support scheme, our business support scheme. Cabas what they saw here more business BTC ana more akoi amuye mu mo namon ka ho event vendors mo yes edwin namon ka ho ana namon ka ho
oni eke ho na ye me tourism ministry so na go so ye package bi e ma man for apply e kwa ma ye COVID no kwa members bi kwa apply I can say I part of it. It is not as if say it was not open but some say na quite competitive because there documentation and all that. So some people might have had it but you be on the larger scale. But now the Ministry of Tourism so can say na gaske bi so one man ko so bring the same alleviation go so apply but na process na here cumbersome kakra. Tourism general say documentation when you be brave instead no so apapa thing but no matter say according to them no they are in the first phase they are moving to the second phase the new tourism ministry could share tourism authority could share and no kasa they are in the second phase or more na remember be a process now a little less cumbersome kaka so that people can access those funds those I remember it was a grant I think when we had met the president, Kushia president for Jubilee House, I mean, both kind of forgotten the amounts, but in excess of some millions. it's also open to the industry, which is the arts and tourism. No? But process time no way now quite a process now they need documentation and now will be, but once they are still in the process. So we are hoping say almost be more better than apply the new tourism for the share. And see, we are taking advantage of these things as well. And we appreciate the fact that the father of the land, I mean, sees the needs there. People have gone through a lot of hurdles and see, or it's opening these things for them to apply and enjoy. But those are the individual, depending on you, if you are unable to have the applications and difficulties and all that. But those are the things we are talking in any ministry, tourism authority, now a little easier and more. Just this is idea, so people apply because about a lot of us were registered. The platform here, I also am a member of the platform. Over 500 businesses. But to me, numbers to me, and only answer. Who says soon any might be against which is the water that the president was given light. Now, what larger to the step, but you piano bit me. You piano, but among the membership, Nana. Yeah.
I see.
Even 100, you can buy 100. No, that's by you know, 100. You are 200 checks, and if I'm going 500. It's a boy, but is it not? You're too cramming there. I know I think nice and definite so. Oh, indefinite.
But say event, but say indefinite to a man for boom run so young Gakrankrana.
You know, Mokasa, no Makasa, because you're meeting in President Pierre the car said. If you win, you're buying a catch about the friends will be shady, I'm not your man. The new members, Nakasa, but women non members in the year. You're more out of the way to go and do some of these things. And we frown against that, of course. Because, you know, program near person and follow social will program to you could talk sanitize be 100 people you'll be about the buffy. They require so many. And
a council Abefie.
Papa. Because those are talking.
Sika Richard Moon Yabi, and Musa Boka Ibigumu.
Then I'm going to open your event. You need to be your committee. I say, or coming and do I was one event now. Now, also observe protocols. And to anything, there's also observe protocols. A banner, would you go only Pakwa Farm? So, what the Kakanwana? Oh, Debbie, would you guys say? And I said, we'll go back at the here. I was able to be cut so back. And young is that. But it is a profit in tackling because. And Cranfrad and Kenya, and the only profit I need that to very back to call one of the events and so me, I will say, security room on the only one, Shepani and Pamu, which is a member, our members, only not security, when town out on Shamata. So we employ them in security. Now, don't forget, we also have event security people who are part of us. I event to be on measure. The insurance company is quite insurance for my events. And you see the number of people who have been affected.
Yeah.
And our financial institution is in the loan given to no better. The amount of what would look. I don't want for Bejulu. Almost about say cashback. Cashback was the capital to answer about BB. I think. And can move and come here and I maybe buy.
I see.
Well, you taught sanitizers. Yeah, first event. Give me spray. Puppets, now you spray the example for I think not but TV. So I say yes. Now my but TV. So now you only see I never can see events. So we spend a little of our resources to get things done.
I see.
Watch us near shield.
And yeah, surviving has really been tough for a year.
I'm being very honest to you, my brother. It's not an easy thing. I mean, to the extent people cry in their rooms on the secretly. I say, as OP and I was always a BBI final, but it's not been easy, especially clients. I'm always got to know what the EBP now, Obano, so as and will be your wedding or clients who are affected. Why wedding free approach, the ticket or buy the 3 years and 1 week in my year when they say I cancel. Yeah, money 2 weeks grab and I'm calling. At the area where they buy, obey through here, what to play now, but do I need cancer? Such a person, we are talking about the psychological effect. I mean, Ghana say, Obia is okay, you're saying, but depression is a serious killer. Oh, the for the they are depressed.
I see, Richard. I mean, says this year COVID vaccine, but young hair, Sabia, I know, Ebema, or Mampeni, okay. Yeah, that's it. No correct. Yeah, that's it. Richard Abbey, head of communications, my Events Vendors Association of Ghana. You're trying to take on evac, and you're trying to see, sir, you bet me, young animals who are boss painting. So be by a party, be by a ball, be ye in your kaka. Woman so woman bonyum was here. Woman mobile live band, yeah. Woman so mobile yeah to say spinning machine no say no bonyum bebre no. Na mo didi asane ne ka ho no. So woman so enya easy sa o. Ade ba ye woman so affect your papa. Enti ye hwese ye benya woman so a na ye ne woman so aba bedi nkomo.
He has labored, he has suffered to lead his people into the land of freedom.
Fellow Ghanaians, Ghana mountain muni erano, and was set with freedom who here we pa. Edabo Cordier, we are truly free. And as a brand here, what a social TV or done for the fee.
I go work again for my party house.
Sister, this year I was saying a month for fridge now what Jabosono.
Pachomo famina misha mu fridge mu kakrama me why.
Koye, you true freedom. Cup farm. Emma with true freedom. And remember, say your freedom is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation from your friend's TV and in the fridge. Freka Farm, it was 050-000-0105. Now settle who free. If you say as usual, your titi quality home appliances in the so. And Mr. Matafo.
No be 3 days. One day. No matter you are. One day. Can you want to be here? Give me a brand here. So far, want to you. One day.
No me answer ba ponsima dunsu ora Samuel Etiobi Yadom kasama former National Spinners Association Nasaga right Etiobi Yadom yada semu akwa baba entertainment reviews for piece kase fidie so
Kwasi minia
empomwe
anyame ne hene o.
Okay, all right, so afimu any coronavirus COVID-19 bepie we are say WHO declares a pandemic just say I just say we say for na nyina bebia wura ho no say na modwuma ya moye nso no sign na eniama esi ekọ ye saying how have you guys survived when because say asitine mu ne abrabo adwuma sana tie mutimi enya adwuma ne bi ye ana adwuma anko ye ma bebre mutifie komodem sana tie
Kwasi what Samia it's been very tough. It's been very tough. Adwuma ne bi ma kura because you see the spinners vis-a-vis the clients no. Our clients say this is the situation now. The directives given by the president. I say each and every Ghanaian one way or the other they affect you what with social job. You have to adhere to it. You know, clients in the on my fault. Unlike before, not anymore. Into spinners come up the teeth yen papa baby apart nema because any social gathering biano it involves music and therefore when these directives should be adhered to haneba before wakobondom and that means say nema ne kadem na spinners need the principle wa juma we are na akoye say omode survival into no without the spinning equipment going out to perform a better drivers kakakra they are building on Lankasa no and the family no na just say nyama no ehye dem na just say e command e no when it has been very tough ukasa bisamia and then I met me a catch
but sana event ba ku mienu bi nso koso numbers na na bia yate so kakra ni de ka ho enti kojo to chese mo enya bi krambo
yeah because you see if say your program na numbers 25 say we adhere to that particular number now obi emphasis engagement program and a wedding program and any social program away 25 or invite few of the family members few of the opposite side family members then let's say
numbers no then the other friends and maybe other people I still invited but not to be invited. Let's say 25 no and first na about 100 in your day. Now at least need to me adjust need to me any clients need to me adjust to more kakra. But say now 25 no day. Except now can could you talk because if you look at PAPS, if Obi Mbefrau now go program emana PAPS ni nightclubs ni ade say no omutumi especially PAPS because your PAP bia na one equipment or the program especially weekdays ni weekends omo rent the services of spinners into say PAPS no you close to na PAPS no kra bia in disguise no bia ebinu ye program kakra po adjust to omo kakra or cofa spinner don't mean yesika because the people even that patronize the PAPS no ya omati say government say they shouldn't patronize PAPS into on kokra in the one kwa be na PAP owner so atonensa vis-a-vis ebia le diane or de nyesika kakra na when you the profit kakra na wa supplement bi nso dia maspina talk of kra engineer equipment se bojo bi o na obeto no sound no the album. It has been very, very difficult for spinners. So now you have the stations. This year for instance you started the stations you call kipkus educate your spinners you person you sound call you ko be regional commander because some of these regions you teach spinners no it's easy on equipment because spinner no
said
spinner no adhere to protocols no now young fan say any friend directives given by the president no na bia so upon 6 p.m. A lunch for a program a year after burial so start to be at 12 no dated by 6 p.m. so upon and 7 no now upon no afa na nkofo be kase won dey bokatra no the temu sa 8 now create a lot of noise now obi passerby bi anase bi next door neighbor bi etia quickly you call the police into a police now meanwhile you catch us say mama nyesa sa programming na police so ababe interrupt then obe fire equipment ni na dia call the nearest police station. It has happened in Ashaman, it's happened in Cape Coast, it's happened in so many places, even in Accra. It's been very, very tough for the spinners and our clients. Clients, they don't even go in for the spinners at all. Likewise, the spinners also, instead of say, Aboagye kakitwebina, yakoko season equipment, never finding it very, very tough to move the equipment from the police station. I'm not going to forget to say Aboagye program. I think we are trying to put our apps together by educating your spinners, and your clients. How are many spinners related in terms of program presentation and spinners also a beer? How are adhere to the friends and directives given by the press because let's view our crap and it is up to you, the spinner, to pick the microphone and educate.
Okay. Right. Okay. Meda se samini di sian saying chebese di kon bia kan nyemi shop papa Samuel Echobi Yadom Kasama National Spinners Association NASAG ena yajika krefi no hono say no na me ba studio no hono say na mpanyfo omo ha say so maji omagenche Ola Michael Hanum saying Kwasi Ernest Secret Safano that Samuel Bedu Sadiq Abdullah Abu and Councillor Lutrot Hanum saying Mamimra na enhwe 1 year on how has it been coronavirus since was declared pandemic we are see Hanum saying and this ankomo ya I'm getting pictures I'm for sending me pictures as usual you may say deal man then say me can they are sending me pictures about a year be director of research former director of research at the presidency make us CCA.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May God bless you now. 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 Local champion. No brother
surprise no cry, I'm surprised. Gifty adoye otu nie. Where friend do not
I do not miss temple. I do not miss temple.
Happy birthday.
At 250.
Oh. Ah. Oh.
Ah, now they turn around.
Give the Akoya the two. Give the Akoya the two. I was so. Come on,
Mama gift it. Mama gift it. Mama gift it. Gifty. Only say come here July. Come back producers and say, you two, what's it? You are distracting me. What was it? What's that? Come back and say, you people are disturbing me. Why is that you are? To me and I say, at 12.
And I'm Muzi Nyaka. Oh,
Jaka.
Gifty. Yeah.
Okay, maybe dear, ye namano boko and rana ye who say a water and unti a year Empress Ministry. Counselor. A Empress Ministry, any set and gift shop, any food bank. You see a combo na yaba, so yaba be celebrate too. Now I'm who say, there will be a so everything that you are doing for us, the industry, we salute you and we love everything about you. And until we buy.
That's why you see, I should have actually got a clue because who could send me a message and say, your husband just sent me a message and discussing here no sending message be about. I think say you can't budget one seven.
Okay.
Or sending message, so I said okay, because near we, so I've been sending him a message that okay, I'm going to read it.
Okay.
And I also have a PR. We're diabolic.
Almost you couldn't prelude.
Very, very important.
I am.
Back is only council and council.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really touched.
Thank you.
What should I even say?
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just touched. I'm grateful.
Thank you.
You see, nipa nyina do wadue. So nipa nyina so time. So occasions like this, when people do things like this for me, I'm so touched.
Oh.
From Bem said on the 11th of March, and people have started giving me gifts, sending me messages, and now on social media, it was so touching. For people who are inboxing me, I was not taking too many calls. I know I'm into me in fact calls be brave, because I wanted also to reflect and. I am grateful, Gifty.
You're welcome.
I mean, shower. And the entire team, your ministry, the entire team, our Modisa, Nyamoya Babechemi.
And a new Kunuso.
Yes, and to homie who said,
Bibi was coming.
Bibi Bessie. And I remember you may see Bibi Bessie because I message
to Maura Rosindi.
Okay.
Just one loyal person now. Chrome had there. If you can be a lawyer, one of the loyal year partners are what boy Empress Ministry for the past almost manager, PR, PA, just
everything
or control the Facebook or by Instagram or GGB about you just say.
I want to say something Arnold said some time ago.
Okay.
Miss Belba has say. And Miss Belba no de Rababi Dinechi buy.
Okay.
And they do Arnold to know Ubusa Sembi. Say we hoping say a baby mammy dunia but say only about Muntemu attitude. And the Yakata yeti na Nesu. Nano Joyce blessing.
Hey.
Any Julie Kanze.
Julie Joe Gaines.
Me gifty. Me timbaby. Christianas no kofa bae. And I say about your friends, your friends.
A friend Rose.
J. Cindy. About your hair anymore. Sound in the nam. Nesuma semina se onim. Yo. Me am dance so that crona set over be start the release. The feelers ni na o. What gift me we say no. Oh dear. Empacho wakoye oto.
Empacho. Nyame adom Empress nyame ehira me. I don't think say me a doctor. Eye nwom na me to. Me body free me till so be see me na ase. Any power so control na ye Mr. Adoye. I don't think I have to say it on air. As I say me worry penny die. I was say me ye die penny. Course, and once na me dey amount.
What do you? To know kwano mo ya omudi kan bi mi ansa no.
No. Important bebre. So enye
question I will be sorry Brakwesi sem bebre wo kromo ha Brakwesi e wase e kan wansem me body ni die ye guso afra me Empress me din sesan me se me fo eyere no mo eye ti sa question ni die me nya ready say me gina me answer
e ti pen for you ni yo mo to dia
na me kasa me se be ye penye ye yes na we so dia ye bibie bubodi
Body. Mrs. Gift Adoye.
Oh, Mrs. Bubo paying for the old picture. Oh, and so what? I wouldn't even know 5 years.
No.
I told you. Panty for share. Yeah, me to support a share. Yes, you want to look good. You want to. I mean, thank you. So, Empress, I don't need to tell you whatever I want to wear, what I want to do, what I want to eat. It is simple.
She says, we want to take opportunity to say thank you. We want to say thank you to Honorable Hope Singh Adoye. The reason is because ever since he took our sister in ever since he took our sister from the industry, he has proven to us that you baby. Come baby. Yanka say you gifted in you. Ne to jira ho. Ne no fu jira ho. Honorable. Ya da say. Say wonku ye no ase. Gift to ne. Ya da wase o.
Hello, Gifty. Where there fatter me.
Brakwesi.
Say menya say nanka menya obi because
Brakwesi ubenya me how? No benya me.
No, hold on. Let's mpacho mama Gifty pen kasa. Me be busa na say. Yeah.
Kasa to microphone kwatu tunu.
Yeah. Me mpacho. Okay. So no, let me say this. Mpacho bebre. The reason why me busa away, I mean ordinarily can say me busa. Okay. But I wouldn't him how many times I would dodge me.
But what's mean dodge with that?
Oh, Jai. Oh, they young would dodge me. Why wouldn't him? And who can send me messages? You see, I'm not lying. Who the upper met me a kind? Gifty. I say, you people are harassing my wife.
Oh, my baby, thank you. My husband is speaking. Yes.
You're harassing her.
And let me, my main part said, this shouldn't have happened.
Thank you.
because an obe chairman dear.
Thank you.
And the focus should have been that.
Thank you.
But Fache me say and obe chemu. Fache me. And unim say you show in studio. And nothing I'll dodge me the beer. Unim say what dodge me out give me back.
This focus is not.
Oh, Councillor, you are out of order. Councillor, you are out of order. And Pacho, you are out of order.
Sexual harassment. This is my sister.
Councillor, you are out of order. Councillor, Eugene. Charlie, Councillor, if I'm saying I'm in your program.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Gifty, once again, Medas in Yamisha Papa. I'm sure that the entire team, we are grateful. And most importantly, say Mawodana, only ministry, ni team ni na mababem sadoi. We appreciate na ukunsu eja we na wetimi ababe shrine. That's it. Ne see in the fache, why?
Did you see you?
Oh. Well, gift you no so no you. No you. Okay, so Miss G of Media General, so Ababi PRC. Miss G.
Yes, Bra Kwasi.
Akwaba. Pacho. The show is live in Pacho.
A happy belated birthday to you. We're still in the week, so a happy birthday to you. Yes.
I had your TV3 in Tikatri.
Me found so Yama would up. Is that how this is? Me remake of Patapawa Hansi, me found show them. I mean, country Kakrani Brofaka. But how they say it?
I know.
Yama train kwa. Me found show me wa ha. Na yasuma. But I know that you get up for me to sit down like a gentleman.
Na gift no no. So
me wa ha. Me jina Ghana Music Awards USA CEO and name no na asuma me dondi. O see onyanya ni board chair papa pay die. Udi birthday week we mu die. Say your bro cake to show appreciation for the work you're doing for the board and also for the work you've done over the years for the industry at large. Into me paucho anointing amina mewie.
Grateful. You guys are going to make me cry. I'm controlling myself. I don't want to. But mom on yes I will. But Medas, I'm most grateful. I'm touched by this. I mean, say once you be able to two. Now wait me about say I'm most grateful to the entire team of the Ghana Music Awards USA. I'm sure saying the nominees announcement about somewhere on April 17th.
Maybe I'll try on April 17th in New Jersey.
Yeah. I'll say Dundee the entire team. Nyamin Shamo Papa. Many aso. And to you too, I'm very grateful, Miss G. Nyamin Shamo Papa.
You.
Nyamin Shamo. I think that we have one more thing. Will be some. So great, Buami. Okay, so great, Buami. So that young kind of one said. Yeah, a young boy. We.
Shona.
Work as a co-worker.
Daddy, may I buy your art? I'm a pencil artist, award-winning pencil artist, and more presentation. Be am pese me ma any papa original me je. I say eka nantuana eka. Ese until hacho.
Kwasi, come and collect your passport.
Yes, you have to come. Nansani and the first. Come there. Speak to the she's she needs your hand.
Be careful. Why you clapping? Why you clapping? Is it not now? You're careful, say you are.
I said, my presenting for man.
No, it's good. No. Yes. Why are there?
Brian.
It's me.
Because is that your spectacle?
It's me, of course.
Is it the same color?
No, yes, this my sister, but it used to be like.
You have a color like this one.
Masa, the first say, microphone, the first say.
Me, Brian Arts.
Brian Arts. Okay. So why now? Yeah. Okay. I mean, sure. That's why. Bless you.
Mr. Manufacturer, the number to just be part of beer. Now, with me, I contacted them for.
Obey another presentation. I'm so great. So.
Yeah, but so good. They in your family.
Okay. Questioners. Yeah.
But social media handle Brian Arts on Facebook, Instagram, like we are Brian Arts, and my number is 0570 601570. 0570 601570. 0570 601570.
Wouldn't be your artwork, you know. And then Socrates, you ran his person. That was when the guy had this picture. Okay, so no, because where's my spectacle?
Yeah,
that. I don't know your picture. I said, oh,
they said they do creative art school. This year, they do creative art school. No, they go. Must have fight this year. No, they fight. No.
Oh yeah. Happy beer. Them go bow down my head. Omu say ba, pam panana. I've been boom nessa. Them go see say, I'm a shepo wakra. Sikati sadua, eko neba. On a moon say, ye be ye you. Echemu be bibi besi, hey, bibi besi, bibi besi, hey, bibi besi, bibi besi, hey, bibi besi.
Okay, boy, long time. Otemi and Kata, we don't come. I drink and Kasana sometimes. Satiana say you can pump. Last year was a gobe. This year the air shrink quine, non quine, bronquine, sound quine. Ube who me picture TV so. Me voice out radio. Me va bega picture demo so. Me free who wine bio. I feel almost a guy. And you put in your background. Who did she in and sha? Dean and Bia, Sin and Sia, on fancy Dean and Bibi Bessie, 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 Bibi Bessie. Last year, Nanko Yempa, I fear they will say, Etria Musa. Next year, not the BCS, love, faith, now you both show you pay, cars, girls, now major fancy say,
Kwame Menkasa, a brabueno be say we shut that. The means in a missy, I want to be hata. Very soon, no comedy go better at that. Boys get best shut that. Oh, here my father's day, yeah, papa. School, yeah, see a call. Let's walk contact grandpa, yeah, never fed your
belly bottle. And tell me by your mobile. Who says she says it up. They go to Shatawale Bodo.
them go bow down my head. Omu say ba, pam 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 panana. I've been boom nessa. Ba, pam 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 panana. I've been boom nessa. Them go see say, I'm a shepo wakra. Sika tisadua, eko neba. On I'm doing say, ye be ye you. Eche mu be bibi besi, hey, bibi besi, bibi besi, hey, bibi besi, bibi besi, hey, bibi besi, bibi besi,
okay,
bibi besi,
hey, boy. Long time, Otemi Kata we don't come. I drink and Kasana sometimes. Satiana say you can pump. Last year was a gobe. This year the air shrink quine, long quine, bron quine, sound quine. Ube who me picture TV so. Me voice out radio. Me va bega picture demo so. Me free wa wine bio. I feel almost say yeah guy. And ya put in a background. Who this shit in and shine. Dinendia, Sinensia, on fancy Dinendi.
bibi besi, hey, bibi besi, 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 hey.
Last year, Nanko Yempa, I fear they will say, Etria Musa. Next year, not the ABCSC, love, faith, now you bush.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, if I cry never fee. For Muti, I'm sure someone Muti share social media, and Meda gift ya do yase papa on ministries, Miji and the entire team, Dundee of Ghana Music Awards USA. I am to force some my friend who want to come home specifically to come and do their thing, like Ohima Mercy, who did a party for me some time ago, who wants to come home and do his own thing. Yeah?
No. Why would Ohima Mercy decide to come home?
Yeah,
we want everything
here. We want everything here.
So Ohima Mercy will be big. Some birthday we won't call the no birthday.
Me and I'm coming as a mother.
David,
na Ohima Mercy nyo no ye party me ko fie ko di. Mo ko swimming was
2021 everything happens here.
This 2021 they be with
2021 now.
Menen no pe ebe ofi.
Mr. Obi person one pass be odeba Biano. Fabra, we need to interrogate, we need to find out, we need to take the pictures.
But you are behaving like NDC MP.
I know mom dey do an brem ofi enso so. Okay, so before you see now we are talking about restrictions near there what I'm saying. And I have these pictures a man for sending me, Director of Research. Of the NPP, and I don't know why people some of the events for no, especially I don't know most saying say yeah, now some of these things don't feel say fair. Say yes sure as we speak cinemas yeah that's why you be cinemas ya tum and to who be say koswa I almost see man penny cry to obi and they think that the protocol are not being enforced because the domo mugu Director of Research Dr. Newman the yasino nipa no mfi se doso dodo and so be abon se na mpinfo korea almost okay amanfo ndi protocol so to the extent say as we speak cinemas are still closed, beaches near the ademi and call event if we almost more bread Sadiq almost 3 music awards they have to do it virtual at least almost me ton ticket kakra na amanfo ensu to me ko betim dia take no subi but all those things are not being done
a car or no
yeah. Enti ekobane say bia empenifo so di djuma bi say na say I say a flouty protocols now and these are events people were sending me because you look at these things share sanya my way and memeti here memenko and I put some of the pictures on the platform memeti here memenko baby but event for now no more sending me pictures no say mention and the videos to which I almost sending pictures say this is what is going on and bibi say na ya homete Sadiq.
We don't have any option the president Akano, also because we are more out there. No? President my directive, it's important say be this so that we can toe the line and ensure say it's all part of obeying the law and obeying authority. But sometimes and when you see this week I was looking at Parliament during Sonano, the way they were seated and all of those. The first question I said is maybe the way they are seated like this in the air, we can also do the same thing with our events and also make some money from there. Because industry hasn't seen any revenues going up within the last 1 year. So if really and truly this can happen, it means there's an opportunity for also for us, your event space, and also to also do these things and be able to recoup some of this event, because this investment have been going waste for the past. And the like earlier, so tax rebate, on which revenue or on which expected revenue a tax rebate in the bay any relief of a sort. So if this can happen, then it means that President and the states have gotten to the point and have come to the realization, say, oh, indeed, event can happen, because this is an event. A number of things that has happened within the week. It's not fair. It makes it hard for those of us that want to really obey the law, to really obey the law. But we don't have any option.
Peace.
We would obey the law. We would ensure, say, the president's directive in the obey so. However, they should also bring their minds to look. The events industry employ a lot more people. Even Vecha Kakre last week with the women's branch. If you see the number of people that were involved in the project,
and Utie voice back one of the updates. Yes. When the restrictions, and just before Christmas.
Yes.
Now all reinforce so restrictions, or about say science and now the health experts in your professor say events event enclosed air conditioned places are hard drink sign.
Yes.
And you are saying and now your course so State of the Nation address.
Yes.
You think it's the same thing?
It's the same thing. If that can happen, because it happened within a tent, and the same tent, it was a dome. Or a dome now, the way they were seated, even how close they were seated, even they were wearing the mask and everything. They will almost converse and say, oh, they observe the protocols, which is maybe wearing the mask, sanitizing their hands and all of that. They will convince us with that. But that same argument can be made for event people as well. If really and truly this can happen, it means that events can also equally happen. It's unfortunate that we are bent on adhering to the state directives and the law. But the state itself, any key actors, and the way they are actually even breaking some of these directives, you look at it carefully and thinking, this is unfortunate. But we don't have any option. For me in particular, I say me do so. Obviously, me cry already now. Perhaps maybe they are looking for you. So I don't have any option than to toe the line and obey the law. But if there's an opportunity for all these things to happen, the church say, yes or no, you can open it up for us to, because within the last 1 year, we've not made any money from anywhere with regards to events. Meanwhile, we are supposed to be employing people. Each activity or event, the number of people are employed on that offense. If you're able to replicate it 3 times within the year, this is sustainable jobs or employment. But of course, for me personally, I won't put that commercial value over the health of people. But I'm saying, the same state that determine which is right health-wise and I say are the same state that is leading some of these activities.
Okay.
So then it's fair to conclude, it is fine to do an event. It's a event.
Questioners, a man and Sasson can make call not but to the woman and Sasha, we shall so Sadiq point or make and not just Sadiq alone. I've heard a lot of people in the event or the creative industry space. They can say, look, these things that are happening right from before elections, near politicians, near my they allow themselves, but when it comes to the creative industry space, cinemas are still closed. And the advocacy must are there in our Koswa. Argentina, you put the same measures, and they even prepare say be crack on. They'll go extra mile, but still are binding Tiomo.
Because the woman cross a Makawa, and I think this is the second time we are seeing this.
Microphone in corner.
I think that an imprint Yeah, the first one was your former president, Rawlings, yes. And it may manage the situation is here the year pepe. Audience bibia by. Nti dano krano, o check here me propose say, sa machine ya father ato the basic reception hoy. Adentina, ye bahanuma enumu ni efa. Sanitize no about baby program. Adentina movies no crown yen try say ye di bibi sa crown a basis so you pass through go and watch movie and then everything we can watch because movies no a bit take a fine 500 a bit 350 a bit 300 we can still manage and get the creative art a human because instead of this
because my fan to just a cinemas no and you Ghana pet any to I think one of the countries that so far on theaters near the tumu I think the last time I checked was Australia. But okay, yeah, Nigeria cinemas but yet Ghana pena yeah.
Because there are some working baby example I would be. Sa can't on my wobon within a mania ya catch from for say stay home. Bosom be as $2,000 that account. That is what difference in a woman no. Sa on my wobon with the Australia now they war. I have people there. Bosom be as they say stay home. Oman this should be a weird citizen biano, Boson so when you work out 1,500 under a subsidized accommodation system, and so ya some more $2,000, 1,500 for two account. Aha, 100 Ghana ubi nyebi. It's different.
Oh, say Diane.
Because you said Diana will come watch some crowd. Me person meko hokra. But no cra woman say, ne sa wonti NSS. Yan so baby, o baby e wono. I say to me for kwan bi so it me manage yourself near the to me my industries no a pick up because ya can say for 1 year now creative industry is shut down yeah the form team because me say me nya dwuma nya 500 Ghana cedis I don't have 1,000 Ghana me be me artists in perform one no engagement anywhere no performance and yet Kwasi ye mako school yes so Kwasi ye mako school ye Kwasi afo ye mako school ye tua land bill ye tua rent ye tua water olama keje baby oti kwabenya sro if you kwabenya to this place no fuel in and out over 150 Ghana cedis we do the same thing ye no money nabi their ministers ni anyway so say ye to me ye na sad ye about 10 kakra event is idea. Why not? We should still find an opportunity. Said they do campaign time a manage the made to aba and maybe be a cost. We can still manage with any young Kwasi. Would the any come? Young cry a part no crown a well organized. Because the National Theatre, if any part 3,000, you can put the restrictions very well and do a proper sitting for 3,000 and do 1,500. And do the spacing well for an event to go on successfully. Because stage in this people and look at National Theatre in Kunyano Krano. Went. I'm a system now, Koso. I think that we are not saying the government should look at us and sacrifice the whole nation's half winning now because of to make us happy. No. But we are saying that there's still something that can be done to revive creative arts. Because there are over 10,000 to 50,000 people who are struggling in the industry. We are not getting any rebate, no nothing, no support. And therefore, BBC to me, BBC, there should be a discussion about any entrance, engage as okay. Yatimosemi, Nasa churches quiet, Juma. Churches are sorry. Mosque for sorry, Christopher sorry. Kwasi any boy could go so them ya sorry sabri. Kwasi 2% yen to me no enfant design bibi ma creative Emma movies in Yajuma. Oh, Kwasi, you bet my manable so do. Okay. So obi person be there. I'm sure say nipa no bet me and baby some na do no I critical. Across the red light, and we power say we should still find a way to open for entertainment to work.
Medasi, I'm not for microphone now. Young Queen Kakran, young GB. Yeah. So after a year,
I think so that's what the crux of the matter. Sure. So after a year, no assessment, no at the saying with regard to how our industry in HAP when it comes to COVID. After a year, no enquiry. I think so since March last year, no, the only time and only period I say industry no ba kakra no the time na restrictions no ye restrictions no be fi ho no I think it's in November December wait to na for year shows in kakra until the second wave of pandemic no strike and then everything was shut down again. Industry na no ye nyina ye nim say ye dependent predominantly on events, live performances, and no any the engine of industry no. And that's the reason here say tabulity the biggest revenue generation point, especially for omo year and touring life, because of all the other ingredients I call into organizing an event. The other interesting factor also say so we event almost every industry person is involved. From the organizing events the obabe multi stage, the obeye posters, the other sound beba, all the way to performance. Someone be perform it. The obebe performance and on wakasane quarters we engage choreographer, we engage dancers, we engage say just to embellish the craft or the babe year or hono. And incidentally, yenina tamana eboso your National Theatre Conference Center. Guess what? Who enter from those times I yesterday be nika taxi, Uber, ABC for was center ho. Uremwa the ton chewing gum, a ton kebab, a ton say. So live events it trickles down to almost everybody in the industry. So guess what? So who cancel one element so ideally, almost everybody within the industry, when it comes to live events, live performances, there what say BBR. It is obi catch or say on the ton. So for all this period that you're close down National Theatre Conference Center. So let's say there's a lady or ton toffees say that's how serious the matter is. And yet I dare that from seriously. If you actually have people who actually come out and tell you, say, listen, we understand, because mind you, governments not in Nigeria protect lives, and that's his core responsibility. Ensure say lives are protected, because at the end of the day, say it's in the topmost priority to ensure say life protected. However, more industry they see what is transpiring in other avenues, and then but if you are restricting us from doing ABCD, when we go to the other sector, we see virtually the same thing going on there. So can something be done, boss? So have virtual no it brings nothing. What it brings is it sustains your brand. So that because VGMA because the brand VGMA is still existing, the brand 3 Music Awards still existing. It's just brand sustainability. Apart from that, it brings nothing. There's virtually nothing in there. So I'm going to do virtual. If you need, no, and you see, when it comes to again live events, performance in the KK Kawana, one of our biggest events and benefactors, corporate firms, almost until come almost also left, right, center. They are laying people off here. They are doing that there. So it's been a mess. It's been 1 year of total anarchy. It's your best share.
And no direction.
No. Seriously, there's no direction. Your best show me be. Senior omutumi stick to safety protocols in managing them omo side hono. Let's omo share so kakra. Because see, ticketing has been one of the biggest, revenue generation points. Now, if you kill events, you are killing ticketing. That's how come virtual is nothing. Virtual, then you who? It's your best share, baby. We understand. So the protection of lives is core. However, we can do it and ensure say the protocols are but I see because you can sometimes when you see industry for you Jimmy doors. Opa me MBA musisi ya. You saw it in December. Events kakana you just lifted restrictions so you basa. Event house we nimpani boom e be share marks na be. So when they see this you can't even make your case. Because when you lift the restrictions, because you industry for you answer sign into na say dey say na yes same. So yes you share your side ho kakra. But at the end of the day, 1 year in the boss, it's been a mess. You know, we've been affected. Everybody away in that should be also affected. It's been a mess.
So great. For microphone, I mean too.
Yeah, Kwasi.
Yeah.
Many animal aka. In the first place, no, make I say abana e close to theaters no. Na e dream pem. Yade ne ba first no. Na ye nim senya eniso tie. Into every responsible father and I say every responsible parent no o fie ne bibi bubo ba bontin ne obey ne se obekan kwada ne nyina agudam ukrampo obekom bi no atopono ni ansa no wahwe to kro nim no wahwe senia situation ne tie ansa em say aban yes e de opepa ye close borders ne bibia. As time goes on no, there were some relaxation of the system kakra. Na abano enchurch more the buy for theaters nene say environment no, most of the theaters no, cinema halls no air conditioned. No mo hwehwe mo no kire say yare no a travel in an enclosed area faster passing an open area into no omo bie open areas ne bi kakra onu nyina nso aban da bi oba ade a president can say data and science and omo dey study ade no omo bie kakra no ma study no ma hu say oh ni omo bi the problem bi ba na say ma no ma bi another area kakra but me mo dey a drew point a ye bie churches no e ma minya rehye bi say based on that no ye bie cinema halls and so because most of the churches are the same as cinema halls and other event areas. They are the same. Even the churches no, they are more risky. A chain the events houses no. Why? Kwasi, when will be a Holy Spirit arrested that? Say Holy Spirit arrested what? No control.
Yes, it's enough.
What am I saying? You go round, they can shout, they can do all sort of a. Even, Kwasi, research Krampwa show about Asoribia Korea na infant. Nipa ba ko infected Singapore. Church ni na. But upon all that no, aban etimi hwe ntutuye e di bie churches no. Nti ne me, I thought said the next move no yes, the theaters because it's the same environment. Even a nipa no cry what church no crampo doors saying on my back cinema first there are 200. No share your cinema house no so a be afar 200 300. Into non crampo can say omunye half they will do 150. 150 in the cinema are people who are just going to sit down with their nose mask on.
A big raising issue, sir. We need an advocacy group. A banner a creative industry ni mwa ye here could be on best story ye be kan ho abom na ye be ko aban nim ni aka and say yeah
this advocacy meaning say ye push ya ema government advisory team no any creative sector no be ye meeting or attic at that meeting no all the arguments presentation documentations and everything was presented to them. They also advised. It was a very, very fruitful meeting. And no crampo no ye no. I thought say the next address no was going to because at that meeting it was so like it went so well. What am I saying? I thought say the next address was going to relax it. There were some certain relaxations about events being in Yama Ebitimi into my Snap Cinema. Yeah, events be. Eko ye enipa ba ye nyina omu wo ushers ni bikita hand sanitizers no ejina gate na no oba ya spray unsa ho ya make sure say o share nose masks oba inside ho one seat in between but it's any hand order kan na ebinum so aso ye den me say it got to a point where I get tired and angry at some of the people especially Manibi or person try how do you call that thing selfie ni hey no omoji go show mask or the share udane ho anu asen yibiem enti eno ne yakakra bi nipa kakra bi handful e bi onya nipa be 100 obenya 3 or 4 bi wom yes sir and adia ba ko e mi ahwa one day bi the whole crowd no charge on another person, one girl be. Said no, I said my can hey, so will be out the Bible Sunday na. Enti no so was controlled in the way. Enti no baby I dream. Media me first say abani betie no asopemu. If the churches are operating now, if the mosque are operating now, I think say me and say in my mind I don't see the technical, the scientific and the data we need again to keep the cinemas closed and other events centers closed. Ubisami, I don't know.
Okay.
I cannot defend it. Based on evidence, I can't defend it.
Okay.
And I don't see the technicalities. Unless somebody can explain to me something I don't know.
Because of Myanmar, SEC. It means, for instance, so I mean, typical example, okay. Ready budget and state of the nation.
Yes.
Enclosed air condition.
Yes.
And they stay there maybe a number of
and even
hours.
They stay there more than the 2 hours.
Okay.
Even we are saying 2 hours. It should be 2 hours. Cinema, a film may last about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
What do I say? A film may last about, but a buying sushi and say in the enclosed place, no, it should be 2 hours. What do I say? A movie is 1 hour 30 minutes. And you know, say, these are some of the considerations that we put in place. I don't know. Kwasi, a buying shishi and so be industry, no, but shishi no, affecting industry, no.
Okay, all right. Well, so 2 people, I think, said Councillor Lutrot in Kasai, na Olanso in Kasai. So I'll take them. Unfortunately, Medi Sadiq Bahadum said any episode D3 Music Awards, there's another issue BSC Hong Kong. National Film Authority for annual report. Ababe to Jabe na ochimi enunye. Na we've shared it amongst the panel members. They have copies of the annual report. But 2 weeks near year 2 at the Asheda. Next week, Yenya National Film Authority in Penifo Mubo Oma Mo will look at the report. We'll get into it. The annual report of National Film Authority. Yeah, said because we've shelved it because near Pesi Yenya Omupenifo no Mubako. Na ni di annual report no. Yensa Kebino. Yeni di hu enkomo. Next week, yeah, what say?
From
na so one of the report on the mind.
No, it's almost circulatory, but what from like 1 hour expected sorry about.
Oh, last week we were expecting, I think, the executive secretary.
Okay, she's the only person you need.
I'm for by people that do.
No, but because
why you are the National Film Authority? Why you saying that on open you be obeying me?
Industry. And industry no so no sabi yenya nkwada o. Baby punu ni baby a ese nyina yinim. And I'm telling you for a fact on on peace, say she's the only person that can speak to that report. And the board members, they don't know anything about it. That's why they will not come.
Ola, ode yanka no me say ye be pro.
Entina me say ode shono kwa ono kwa na beba ono kwa na betimi akasa.
Well, my mate for at me say next week say yansa kan National Film Authority for yansa kan mo. Say ya ma said dem check akra. Kobe na otwimi enuti. Yansa kan mo kra ye be hwem na e be ma tiefo ehu annual report no. Ne ewom ye be di ho nkomo ye be che ya adwen wo. Classification committee so the omo yi bia ba betudwa. Ebre ye ntimi ni ho nkomo. Next to God willing, we'll take our time. I know the secret to her. Yeah, the baby mano. Because the baby mana because
because the baby mama as if so what dream boni bi.
Na say me chemu. Say me kan ya wa mama wie no asoma. Me say yeah the baby mama no and essence say I know the si una so and to put you in the center. You do be sim finfin. What you say? You do be sim finfin. Na ya to nsem ni nyina de amano.
Okay. Ne say nsem ni ya cheche mu nyina de da o.
O say
nsem ni ya cheche ni mu nyina.
Twen yem say we nsem a bebusa.
Okay. Woni hwan?
Na jumedi ansa nya me kwa na me di.
Ba o kan te say na o kasa mo mo.
Na of course na say me.
Na nyo na ehu.
Ada nya me kwa na member.
Sa kasa ba no ho e.
Ono na chebe bia program ne fa.
Ya fa ya betu ama. O betu ade ko betu.
Ya betu ama.
Da bi ya betu ama.
Ya na o so so say en kaya sa.
I see what I don't get him.
Yes.
Because you have sat here and we put people in the center.
Yes.
And because you're a panel member, Otomanium.
Yes.
At that time, you didn't say what you are saying. Why is it today?
Say you know, can see to money. And some more cano.
Maybe a microphone now, obviously, I came.
But you see a better to as if say you are inside.
You are wasting my time. It's okay, you are wasting my time. You are wasting my time. You are wasting our time. So, Councillor Bremo and Sanana, Memo Ulambe Visa. Yeah, share 1 year on. 1 year, yeah, COVID.
1 year on COVID impact on the industry. What industry?
Not
very fair to
yeah, can't creative industry.
Every day must see creative industry.
Yes.
Do they have data of the industry? Because in the first place, if you have data of an industry, then you can see the impact of the industry because the industry brings an income to governance. For that matter, if I have a group that is bringing me 10 cedis every month, and all of a sudden, I have a month ending and I don't get 1 cedi from them, it puts me on my toes to see what can I do so that I can get back my money. But if you observe quietly, as you said, the creative industry, it's say, Sadiq Tiha, Secretary, usually someone said then the cost I'm saying industry you go back to their old interviews. Tom say, I'm bro. Menti omasi. If you say formally no munyashe. After they are buying close to you, I'm say, I'm bre. How menti and wasi. They toss you. Utia, once you need generating, then if you want to help them, how do you help them? I not any breakdown. Utia the bono. Or chese amo bre impact ni heavy. Adentia. Obi ton PK ay ton 50 pesos abontino. Ura National Theatre gate na no 1 cedi. Ono. Nipa ba ko betena ho nso ay ton 50 pesos ton 1 cedi. So san microphone nyina no ay bia omo kan creative industry no ana. Say sadia. How do we gather them to support them? But I think the government, the support, it's not meeting the people that must see it. Time I hear stimulus package, yeah, okay. Maybe say, Obi, a cake, pastries, a ton. Onya jumenti, ye tuna fi rent mu. Me din come here say, sikana o jeni ye fe bi ntia rent, bragosi. Eti nipa no kakrampo obeton okwan ho bi beto 50 pesos. 1 cedi no. Ye tuna fi rent inti ye yi na fi ho. Enti aye bia stimulus package no o chro ne request no. Wa chro 3,600. O si e chire mo nya 3,500. Criteria ye de che. Minim me gusu bisawo. Abai MBA cinema, abai MBA music, MBA theater. Onya den fine abai betime bie. But enkomo mo ka kire yen se sika nimu no. Aye bia almost so man say ade ni sika o mu ana. Because musicians say sika nim. Afi de sika be man no mo say sika keke. That's my issue. The next one. Bragosi. Socrates say ye be sorry there. Ye MBA event. Socrates should never compare apples to oranges. Enye no bi na ye event ase. Enti nyamo na oka no embobra. But areshemu amenya from the medical point of view ya me ti say actually so 2021. Nyama beba better sense na ti. Because ye ti hey mawo vaccination mako vaccinate. Sadika vaccinate. The group of people who are vaccinated. We are going to get to a point in time when we build all the microorganisms in our system, we will float in a particular level, say, yet have prudent, say, limitation of some restrictions, offer my. And the encouragement, say, no matter all the mess we have, a NDC vaccine, a MPP vaccine, a BPP vaccine, whatever vaccine it is, so party t-shirt, nako. Send a bear restrictions, number a go. Na ye nyina no ye du pempenso bia ye be bie atemama ye.
Okay.
Em say industry nankasa confusion bi ba time ye sa vaccination we. Say ube kaya. Ebi mu say even some of the industry players kon say ya hu nkrofo bi so me more important say bidum. But I am say no kure woman say ye ti say ye kwakọ ye the next one. Obi anko ye. You can understand say ya industry no chatawale to nyuma ye ntrase. Ye huri. Enti now ma say restrictions na quite heavy. But me go so sre. This our industry people. So creative mo. Kwesi na smu ayira o. Sankrofo no. Omo wa no aye de kasanka. Na ka ye bidi to make sure say the system will run. Na kombenye say. Pam said I keep saying there is no industry for me. Omo mi omo no industry no. So that they can really petition the government.
Okay.
All
right. Ola, yeah, this issue, I mean, the impact 1 year on saying COVID or how idea creative industry, no, you.
All right, bro, me that say, your industry, the own names your industry, no, maybe not on what you mean by industry, I say. No, crane say, sorry, so we soon semi free mo. A woman free ma is an event.
No, it's not a church then.
Uyi sun sem like say yakosunya mino that thing free ma.
But no matter how you look at it, it's a church event.
No, hold on.
It's a church event.
Because of the Okano, it's not best me separated the two. Because one, say a bonyomo, yes sir. Yes, she shem kunya. Your protocol officers, your organizers or obibe no preachy. And what are you saying?
There's not an event.
It is a church event.
It's not an event.
Can you stop that? What can say? Umo being kasa. What can we do to listen? Unya unkwana aye suffer.
Na me suffer.
No, stop that. It's an event. Yes, you kunya. Ye dimre. Ye to collection. In fact, ye Roma ye follow protocol. Adam Mengo sorry. The same way I make VGM is last year. The same way ye na sorry. DMDM. Why is it so different? Say, sorry, yes, someone kwana munkoye, but event here, mamunya. Why? An event here, team. We don't do that. But I've gone to church, see people jumping up and down. Spirit. I've gone to church, see people lying down and praying. Spirit. But that's what I say. If you cry really, you see anointing your tears in you, so you're rolling out ushers, bruh. The last time we crossed, ushers grant to money at the kitchen for the talk. Praise and worship. What are we talking about? Why are we being so hypocritical? And I say, yeah, Christo, some mind the population, we think that is above everything. We don't do that. Young cinema, bra, yeah, can say, Tisere Sadika, Nigeria for into Omumia cinema. They've opened it, and they are building more. Not long ago, before Yebedi Christmas, make snap cinema.
In fact, Nigeria and I think South Africa.
Yes.
Sir, this coming to America, so I'm premiere or how say. Yeah, I'm premiere.
It's a son of Muhu, yes, say it to me be a cinema premiere movie, na but I think, say, Abia one president Dean Como says science if one no, and yes, say you were enclosed environment, and I are any to me, de beno, Abia, no moon can credit channel. Because the same enclosed environment now president BSA and event, conferences. Conferences, so air condition. Yeah, monium. LED screen, and I say this screen was cinema be affected. Why are we doing this? 1 year. Yes, you quite nothing can feel hey, I quite need me. I can't feel and I was Debbie, what about cocots and cow? Sebi, who can't print the most simple one. It's in a okay, any enya, any enya,
laboratory tech.
And cano.
On the issue of data, last year, MPAC, which is the Event Meetings and Producers Association of Ghana, KPMG commissioned report, 38 million within 4 months was made available to government. Losses. This is losses between March to I think July at that time.
Oh, but say no the MC councillor, you know, beyond
that as well.
But final grandpa, musical commission KPMG. Oh my data.
Beyond that as well, I could see beyond that as well. Silverbed is tax compliant. Ghana Arena is tax compliant.
Watch at 9 in Kwasi.
Watch at 9. Conference Center, Fantasy Dome, all of them are tax compliant.
National Theatre.
All of them. So, Upache say, Abain doesn't know the losses they are making on the outside. To Bossy.
He doesn't know.
To Bossy.
Has he told you that?
Then that's a dereliction of duty because this is why I make us a dereliction of duty. Months. When is Silverbed a operation?
No. But I'm saying the reason why Councillor Luttrot on Kasama buying. Buying by country.
Yes, I'm not catch someone.
I don't know what can I
say. That's the point. Because yes, but because the main person me trying to say The data is there. Beyond this point, I make it catch.
It was Lutra's point to make, but now I didn't want to.
Pretty cinema across the country. Yeah, the kakre we 1 year ni omunya adwuma omu machines omu de adwuma. What is the state now? Say nyame adunka na see bia, are we going to have it in the state as it was as compared to a 1 year new? Omu projectors will say DTT machines or omu using in an say now also a circle pay sikafu from us to tonoma to make it happen. Okufes can away. We are also a man rebate. Nipem wa boka for the whole 1 year. 1 year you may be a rebate or the other. It's I think it's a minim. But yen blame or more MPP, especially or more industry, or more this our problem, but I believe say a man for lobby. To especially Christopher, they lobby for churches to be open. I don't know yet the amount me lobby am I.
I say when him say be omo bibi sana.
Me Socrates was talking here. He never mentions omo bibi. Or see a share omo ba kope and no share omo bi. He was expecting say come follow up.
Ola be fair to your brothers. Be fair to your brothers.
I could say apart from Socrates, lobby is so I am aware say AAG for instance somebody lobby. Impact I am lobby. We are hearing from 5 pack was a day.
Yeah.
Everybody is finding ways and
you
means
have to
lobby and engage and
and give reasons why you are sure say I'm for basic. And as I want to meet at cinema. Now we are conference. Now we to meet space here. Move follow all the protocol. And you are telling me I can show film. Meanwhile, no matter yes, singing and one of you. So what is
spirituality free mind 1
year?
You buy free mind 1 that's why.
All right, yeah, Koba Sadiq.
Yes.
In fact, me no be doing come about. They say bia next week you be sent me action about bioma. But before we call, I have a bit of confusion. Where a personal thing. Me sure say bia do now because yeah, I don't need to come about 3 music women's branch. What's the motive? But I listen pa kakrebi. Then next week, God willing, we'll have time and talk proper about.
You will be a friend of inclusion. Meaning, so we mama my friends on what inclusion is. Industry biano. Your group of people biya. Sometimes only hear special moi to help them. Not only to me. I mean, MET, what you call the equality index, sort of to say. Now here your industry mano. Your nyama be brebia. Hold you more at bay to that prevents them from really functioning at their full capacity. To here, the industry you say a male dominated. Bibiano, it's male. It's what we did with the women's branch was to use that platform to drive home information campaign on the needs. Say, do pembenswa say yetimi create all these inclusion policies to help bring the women up in the industry. So you a certain level of equality in the industry. Into the create women's branch. Into the whole idea is 1, we're looking to celebrate the few women that have had the opportunity and then some of the legends that blaze the trail for them. Then we also use the platform to make a call to industry. Women are there, they are working hard. From really thriving to the top. You can instigate some policies here and there to help them come up. For example, you are making a call to industry, say, out of every and you have a particular one, maybe if you make a conscious decision, say, so about 10 songs, about 5 songs, 5 songs, which are all good now, it will be one step of helping to bridge the gap.
Okay, we'll extend the conversation, God willing, next week. Because, I mean, offer baby to say gospeler.
Aye.
And mother also.
Yes.
What, for instance, would you say? So, and also, men and also, and okay. And the ammonia be to also encourage because and Yawada McLean said I see it more like a populist idea.
Yes.
Sana kwakoyemi.
Because and yes, I mean I could see so wow. I mean as part of industry, a number of times I'm about to say the women there's a whole lot of offense. They say omunya challenges. Before we be born on Mpono. So being in that answer. That's some of the challenges that the men face. Beyond that as well. I know, say, a number of women are taking a break from work, say maybe or come maternity leave about back, coming back to competing on the same level as the man. Often is very difficult.
When him said sometimes I know and just a bit. I think one of the Ghana Music Awards near Kosono. Caroline Simpson a tweet and our Chobi on social media.
Samson,
it's not Simpson. Or Chobi on social media. And it was Samini was performing. And Okocho Bibi said, me kano chimo by Brofuno Train say Onim say Omo motion so no pena bia who Saminia so perform as a bar like or Felix go nyaya kebi on any baby. Oba no cancer ba be ma. Onim say a man for who say be born bia nothing wrong. So if do you know say your bar no perform, let's say if you are performing and Uncle Bema be lack of Troy, and I make Troy say,
you like a permit.
Me Hesenia, if you are performing, I don't know, say me who then.
Sorry. You like a permit.
I didn't know. So we sometimes think that, okay, women, as if they be as I need who. Do you think that we're also helping in man? I mean, I've heard people say, it's okay, industry doesn't favor industry ma. We're also not helping them because it's like, okay, what is the empana cost industry maybe ma?
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, there's a whole lot of them. I mean, when you on the base of feedback, research, and industry, for instance, issues with airplay, issues like for instance, your mom we are there. If you take a
conscious issues of airplay
in terms of there are a number of songs that are released by women. That ordinarily sometimes will not cross your mind. Say, oh, you should play it because you've not taken a conscious decision. Say, oh, out of 10 songs, maybe 5 songs. So automatically,
wait, born your mind there. I'm not doing.
I will say he said no. I will say he said man on you so near that now.
Hold on. Minim say bia why presenter na DJ Pen?
Yes.
We are not playing music based on gender.
No,
you see, saying okay or Bema.
Oh, no, you are not doing that. But you see, when you begin to realize, say, out of 10 songs that you play, you have 10 songs that are all male dominated. It is problematic. It is problematic.
Listen.
And again, I can see, typical example. Yeah, event.
No, make point. So when they say abonyum, and you need that come you abonyum. And when I say anyum, there are two things because
it is relative. And you is relative.
It is me who is sitting here. And apart from that,
your audience.
Yeah, bonyum radio show. It is a feedback. We get feedback from the public. So ubonyum be and obo enyum we get makes you know or feel that we like this music.
Yes.
We don't like this music. Yes. This music is not good. Yes. So once and we pick. Remember, sir, we also live in the community, in the society. We go to parties. Yes. We go to events. Music that people are patronizing. And those are the things that informs the presenters, the DJs that sit there and play music. You understand? From where I say,
yes.
And not so much about by force I should make that conscious effort. And
let's do this quick exercise home. As somebody that also plays music, me say my top 5 currently. Give me just a top 5 of it. Of mine, top 5.
Oh, honestly speaking. Now it's been a long time since I started paying. Maybe I see I'm boy.
Okay, not from Obonyum, but from your mind, top of mind. If you are supposed to actually even mention.
Oh, that's the current one. I mean, some buy my BB basic. I'm sure some
Now here's why inclusion policy is very important. Event is for instance because we are guided by this particular thing and made a decision. Say, by all means, a lineup it has to include women. We came to actually even find out that there were women that were capable, good performers, and everything that ordinarily would have overlooked. But for the fact that there was an internal policy, a bit to say if a grace. Until we decided, said this opportunity must go to a woman, and this and that. So top of mind.
So if we say men and be a hard man, they are not suffering. I said almost suffer the same fate.
No, but the women suffer more. That's what I'm saying. That no, we are not preventing.
Is maybe what maligned?
No, because she's maligned.
She's maligned or something. She's one woman who has been given opportunity from January to December because she's good.
To what? I'm not saying say. You see, there are a number of women that are good, right? There are a number of women that are good.
No, but we'll see.
But if you don't take if you don't take
until we get that opportunity,
yes, because if you don't take conscious, you see, and there's something about inclusion. Inclusion has to do with different marginalized people. At every point in time, one group, say we are going to champion this particular group. It still doesn't stop anybody say we also want to champion the group, this thing of this. Yeah, we have 3 music awards. We champion the women, men, and even underground musicians. That's why we have something we call the leaders of the new school. The whole idea of the leaders of the new school is to
okay. So next week,
so there's a whole lot that we are doing related to inclusion.
No, next week, God willing.
Okay, next week.
Next week, God willing. Sadiq Besamba Bio.
Yes, next week.
Yeah, why?
Kwasi, but the good news, I can say, Yameatum, this year, Ghana Music or UK. Penifo the nyama guso to akam nyame adum afidie ebetuma baso na we are believing God so far with restrictions are if UK ba any feedback ayensa kano it looks like ebedu June holiday the system will be open to allow for large events to take a end. It's exciting. It's a very good news and we had first meeting and it looks very, very good. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Now, board of Ghana Music UK. What's our board of Ghana Music Awards USA.
Yes, support to. Maybe music Jumani support to. Yes, support to.
Any France. Within Netherlands.
Happy birthday. Come on.
Me say me ne a teacher be to say first lady and a dinner birthday. Now first lady will do 70 years. You see, me will foot to be man.
Because who can support me?
Me person me man or muti and me mom will foot to be. When him say Mrs. Rebecca, who do 70 years. Is 70?
But she looks 35.
70 years, me boy. That's the age, me boy.
Aye.
Oh, any man who be have some could dear foot to me ho. Because girls need be on one. For the 25.
But why abrewa?
Who na back to the 40.
And then look at Bebrena depression pick omo.
Yeah, depression.
Bebrena depression.
Yes, mo how.
Because Bebrena depression, e musu de time.
70 years.
Even day or time.
And she looks this beautiful.
Even day or time. Obusu there ahoya.
Kwasi.
Yeah.
Poverty.
Hey there. Oh here.
Poverty.
Oh here.
Kwasi.
Anya poverty.
Eti
Kwasi. Anya poverty.
No, you see, nano or baby not United Showbiz so. Me modern. But me share no more born the age and I'm say, oh. What the me say be me TV no me call. Me say me share TV now. Is it the TV that's the because this girl is this old this because she looks like 40-year-old lady.
Because say and that's wrong. And my young girls no no one that say be now benya 40 no more bombrewa. Just say and young girls no question so baby set trans so call joint. Ubisa a year you jim on catch. Next or baby said the shisha or the shisha tiana no boom see good moi. We see a girls in boom. And yes, I'm going to question shisha now about the young girls no. Hennes bottle back.
No, but you see, away from all that one, there's another secret. When it comes to your man penny, Bragwesi, let's also appreciate the fact that when you see a woman who is married and she's looking good, then you want to also give the credit to her husband who has maintained that woman. Because the level of depression and abuse that is going on is also causing women who are young to also look old. True. And let me say this emphatically.
Hey, just doing
the week. Me share video. Now me share reaction of a man that the wife was just mentioned and can get angry within a second. Then when the wife is directly imposed on, then never pass. So Emma Bebre are old. Emma be look ugly. Emma be look so tattered because omo de omo ko shower die mu. And na wade ne nko yie. And na sofo ne dada won se oja wade a nko soro ahimemu. And na ne papa se wontimi ngu asoro ne nim ase. Wontimi ngu abusu ne nim ase. This is why most of our young ones are going so down. But me ka se obi ati awade bone ho. Men wu ma yensie o. Ja wade ne na look good and look presentable. Eyem po wan so go ta wade so a obe look pretty because me obi o ta wade so. She looks more beautiful. Don't be on no point. I'm telling